Welcome into the Chemistry Podcast, episode number 286, fueled by First Form, baby.
Yoink. Birthday yoink right there.
Happy birthday to Cam.
Yeah.
How old are you?
40. Fucking 40, man.
Ooh.
Damn. I think my wife wants me to be 40.
I thought
she's
you were
41.
older than that.
I look older.
Yeah.
I know.
A little
I feel like I've been around a lot longer than 40.
You look like a worn out baseball glove.
Like a catcher's mitt?
I'm kidding. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
And thanks for coming in on your birthday today.
Oh, yeah, it's business, baby.
It's business.
I didn't have to
baby.
do radio.
Well, that's good.
So when I take off for radio, the whole show does a best of. So
Oh, is that what they
that's
do?
what they did today. Jimmy the Cat Hayes is out of town and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's nice not getting up at 4:30. So I'm fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fresh today. I think I'm going to go, we just got back from Innsbruck, which is nice. Kate and I had a nice little time. I told you, we talked about that earlier, how I'm a simple man. We just chilled, looked at this beautiful lake, and watched the Masters, which was boring as shit, and just kind of just made
Even
cocktails.
the golfers are being asked
are they boring.
questions about if golf is a sport or not, and they're saying, probably not.
No, it is a sport.
Okay, hold
Come
on.
on, dude. Have you seen your swing? Do I need to post that
I did
for everybody to refresh on how you looked?
No, here's my question, because it's not me saying it.
Yeah.
Some of the professional golfers on the PGA Tour, they're like, are being asked questions like, is it a sport versus a game? Is it a game? Is it a sport?
Dude. I mean, you got to have talent.
The golfers are saying probably not.
All right,
They're
well, then
saying
that's
like football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Those are sports. PGA is more like a game. Although if you're a real athlete and you want to go out and golf, I mean, chances are you could get hurt. You may have a banged up back.
It wears on you, man.
You may have a hurt shoulder.
Like even Tiger Woods, like I'm watching him out there, like he was okay, made the cut, and then it just all caught up with him because there's a rain delay, weather delay down in Georgia.
Yeah.
And so they all got delayed, and he's got to get up really early and then finish the round from yesterday.
Dude, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
The wind was going like 35 miles an hour. They couldn't do shit. And then no one was catching up to Scheifele. Scheifele? No,
he plays for the Jets. Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler.
They like him.
Scheifele.
The other guys in the tour like him. See, I like when there's conflict, when like
He's
guys
cool.
are like battling.
He's a
one
nice
another.
guy, but he's boring. Like, you know what I mean? But he kicked everybody's ass. There was nothing like the last day where there was like toe-to-toe. But it was cool to chill. And Kate and I just kicked our feet up. I got a little tan, kind of. Oh, God. My
It's
forehead
a
got
little sunburn.
little sunburn. But we just chilled.
Did you go for a spray tan again?
No, but I'm going to before my next trip I'm going on.
Okay, so...
Not spray tan. I get it. Tanning is... I hate going in there. I only go in there with Kate. But if you're going to go on a vacation, dude, I'm pale as shit.
Yeah.
It's going to ruin the vacation for me if I go down there and have to load up and you miss something and then this side of your face is all red because you have to put sunscreen everywhere.
Well, you still have to wear sunscreen.
Yeah, I know. But once you have a base, it's just easier to control it. I get fucking sunburned so bad. It's so miserable.
So
it'll ruin your week.
The last time I went, and the only time I actually ever went and got a fake tan was a bunch of my buddies and I. We all went right before we left for senior year spring break. It was like, you got to get that base. It reminded me because you're saying base.
Get that base.
That's when we went.
It's expensive.
And I haven't got, no.
Tanning?
Dude, I knew this girl.
Look it up.
I knew this girl in high school.
That's what I
told
did
you
too.
before.
I did too.
She had a tanning bed in her house.
I had that too. Nowadays, it's so expensive. And it is corny to go
give you
tanning.
cancer and stuff?
Probably. Doesn't
You got to wear those little goggles, dude.
Too much of anything will probably give you cancer, you know what I mean? But I'll roll the dice on that to get a little tan. Just to go down because we're
Why not a spray tan? What's the difference?
Nah,
My wife
I don't do that.
Why?
Yeah, because it's just like
Does
it gets between your legs.
Does somebody physically do that?
No,
to you?
there's like I think you go in this little thing. Goes.
Oh, really?
I'm not doing that. Kate will do that maybe. No.
It's like getting all over your face.
Yeah,
and your eyes.
I'll break out, man. Fuck that. Screw that. So, and then today I think I'm gonna after this, I want a seafood boil.
Oh, is that what you want tonight?
Yeah, big time. I want crab legs. I want lobster legs. I want shrimp. I want sausage. Maybe some crawdaddies. Yeah, we call them crawdaddies down yonder.
Wait a minute. So where do you go for a seafood boil? Because I know,
places.
like places I go, they have seafood towers.
Yes, I like those too. Remember we had that in Nashville?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
seafood tower. Those are great.
Damn good. I love seafood. I don't want to do it myself. I did it. I did a boil myself. It's really, really expensive. And
is that when they put it all out on a table?
Yeah, you crush out and you season it up.
Dude, where are you gonna have that? You got
there's a couple
somebody's got to
restaurants.
do it for you.
There's a restaurant that's relatively like It's like a chain. I forgot what it's called.
Red Lobster?
No, God, no. I would eat Red Lobster.
Would you? You think it's fresh fish there? Like,
no.
Like you think it's straight out of the Atlantic?
The Pear River? No. It's
straight out of the lake.
From
Cam
3 days ago.
Cam just went to this last weekend.
Yeah. The fake.
What do they
lake.
have in there?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Innsbruck's kind of cute and all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd have a little cabin out there and I'd rent it out. I talked to a bunch of people out there, went to the clubhouse and shot the shit with people. And they said, dude, I rent this fucking thing out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, is there any weirdos? He's like, there's a couple weird things. My wife gets weirded out when she has to come clean the place because she'll find a couple things. Yeah. Well, that's what happens, man.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Why is she getting weirded out when she cleans her house?
Imagine you bought a place. Imagine you.
Oh, and
it's your baby.
Like, you treat it as an Airbnb.
This is your baby. Yes. And you treat it as an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, you're going to find a couple things here and there.
Yeah.
You know, it's annoying. It's probably unsettling, but you get that fucking $3,000, baby, and you're like, okay, we could deal with this.
I know. I thought about doing that with my house. Like I got a friend of mine in Denver, Colorado. They Airbnb their house out like probably 3 weekends a month, and they go skiing or whatever. Yeah. And then somebody comes and rents out their house, dude, and basically pays for their entire
that's it
ski trip.
Yeah, but you got to get it professionally cleaned every time and stuff like that.
Well, that's not that big a deal.
No, I know, but you do. You know what I mean? So
most people a lot of people get their house professionally cleaned like once every other week or something. Once every week.
Look at that fucking fancy lad. Imagine you got your house cleaned every 2 weeks, like from a professional. That would cost you a ton of money.
No, it doesn't.
That's the bubble. That's the bubble he lives in. 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, you got to have your house cleaned.
What do you think that costs?
What kind of house you have? Your house? $300 every time. So that's $600 a month.
No.
You're getting that every 2 weeks.
No.
Step up to the plate, dude. The season's over. You got time to clean that goddamn thing. You got Hector in the backyard, and you got somebody.
Cam was tripping because my grass got a little high.
I went to his house to pick up a check.
He was like late. He came on.
Your neighbor's grass.
He came Saturday.
Needs to be like.
Yeah, but whenever
calm down a little bit.
I know, but whenever I cut my grass, then my neighbor cuts his grass.
Well, you need to set the tone. In your street, a lot of high grass.
If I get a fence, he wants a fence.
Can I just say something real quick? I saw an unsettling video. Man, I'm a river guy. Andy's been on the river. You've been on float trips.
Oh, yeah.
You've been on float trips.
Yeah.
I grew up being on float trips.
I grew up on the river.
I grew up on the river with my fucking shit-kicking boat I had with that 383 stroked-out engine made of
waste
aluminum.
Of money.
That was a $50,000 baby. I didn't give a fuck.
Don't ever get a boat.
I ran that thing 12 years on the river. I saw some scary shit. When I was young, I used to go down the Hoosier River with a bunch of girls when we were young. And these fucking Hoosiers,
boy.
These Hoosiers would be try to hit on them. And I'm like, fuck, I only got like 2 guys with me. 3 girls. They got 20 swinging dicks over there. Big fucking drinking Budweiser, like crushing whiskey, flirting with the girls, like saying shit to them. Like, God damn, dude, putting me in a weird jam. Like, I got jammed up. I had to fucking settle a couple things when I was young. A couple times on the river, I'd be floating again with a couple girls. You pull up on a sandbar and there's 20 fucking Hoosiers, drunker and shit, talking shit, fucking coming over to you like, what are you gonna do? And you're like, God damn it, man. You gotta swim by. So I saw this video, this old man, he's with 2 other people. He lost his phone. He runs up river because it's really shallow. And he's like, he sees these fucking kids, a big group of kids up there, and they had his phone. So he's like, what are we doing? Some guy's filming them. They kind of get into a little argument, and the guys start fucking punching them and trying to drown them and hitting them. And these girls coming over and fucking hitting them.
You saw the video?
Yeah, the video's online, and they did a step-by-step of it.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's scary as shit because I've been in this situation.
So who's to blame
Hold on, I'll get to it.
Because I want to know.
So these guys, man, all these kids are ganging up on this old man. Maybe the old man was a little too aggressive trying to find his phone, but he said that he saw these kids take it, and I fucking believe him because I know these kind of kids, man. They don't give a shit, and they're showing off to their girls.
Really kids, dude. They're in their 20s.
Exactly.
Man.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
They're not kids.
Yeah.
No, they're fucking 20, 21, 22, 23 years
25.
old. They're fucking adults. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So this guy comes down, tries to deal with it, and they start ganging up on him. And that's a scary scene, dude. You hit you one time, you're drowning, dude. So he's like, fuck, he had a knife in his pocket. So finally, he's getting backed up. He takes it out. And this kid comes to jump on him, and he fucking impales himself. And all of a sudden, the kid gets off, and everybody's just starting to notice it a little bit that somebody stabbed. And then somebody else comes after me. He kind of stabs a couple other guys. Like, get the fuck away from me. He's getting ganged up on. He's going to jail.
Well, we don't know that.
No, they just said.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Because it was self-defense.
They said, yeah. And in my opinion, when I see that dude, and again, I've been there with those fucking psychos. I didn't have anything on me at the time. And he gave him the last, dude, he was getting ganged up on. And he finally put it out. I would have done the same thing.
So, and because
you see the video?
I did see the video. But I didn't see it all the way through to where somebody was getting stabbed and all that. I didn't want to see all that.
It's there, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Twitter kind of scares me.
There's a guy that does step by step. Yeah.
I don't need to see the actual stabbing.
For you on Twitter.
I don't mind going on Twitter to see somebody's opinion. I don't need to see stabbings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking to see shootings. Did you see that guy yesterday in that truck just start like...
Ran over the dude?
Yeah, but he like, who, why? I'm confused what was going on.
He was getting carjacked. So the guy came out.
Start shooting the guy?
Yeah, he missed him.
He did?
Yes. So
he shot him 6 times.
No, he missed him.
6 times.
Are you talking with the utility truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy gets fucking carjacked. Hey, that shit's going on. Oh, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Don't know. But he gets out and he fucking starts shooting this guy that robbed his truck. At that point, I'd say, take my truck. We'll deal with it. It's a company truck anyway. You got robbed. You're going to put that guy down and go to jail. Unless he's robbing you gunpoint or whatever, and you got to stick up for your family. I would just let that be.
Unless you own the company, maybe it's your truck.
Even that, you can get a new truck.
It's insured.
You're going to kill that guy, or you're going to miss him, and he's going to pull around and run you over and kill you.
Or he's going to shoot you. You never know. Like, let him have the truck.
Yeah, I know, but that's...
Oh, he died when he ran him over?
Did you see him get ran over?
Yes, dude, in like a 2-ton truck.
Yeah, he's dead.
Did they catch the guy?
Probably, yeah, God, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, you can't really hide driving around that truck.
So. I know we didn't mean to be so like morbid, but just like a couple things. The float trip thing scares me. I swear to God, I felt so claustrophobic with these 2 girls, and I'm trying to protect them from these psycho whiskey drunk motherfuckers, man. And I'm like, get away from them. It was hardcore. I was 16, 17 years old at the time, and these guys were big, drunk. It was scary.
Yeah. Well, if I was with you, it would have been...
Andy, you would have got... Andy would be like, take the family. Here you go. Here, what else do you need? You know what I mean?
Hey, but I'm confused though, man, because was he being aggressive with...
I think he was aggressive off the bat, where he came over to one place like, give me my phone. And they fucking came around.
He was probably there with his kids and listen, stuff, wasn't he, the old guy?
No, it was with 2 other older people. And they were way upriver. He ran down because it was shallow, he's dropped his phone. And,
oh, man.
Listen, and again, this is on a Monday, 15th. Shit could change in 3 days. And this guy could have done something that we didn't see upriver to these guys. I don't know.
You just saw what you saw.
I saw what I saw, and that was fucking scary because I've been in that situation multiple times.
But if I was with the big group and some older guy came looking for his phone, we'd be like, oh.
What are you going to do with his phone?
No, we'd be like, let me help you look for it.
Yeah, well, because we're normal.
Or no, I didn't see it.
We're normal.
Or yeah, is this yours? I found a phone.
But what if he came up to you aggressive? Would you be like, get the fuck out of here? I still would be like, it's okay, buddy, here.
Aggressive.
What do we need? You need your phone? Here, I get that. I've lost shit on this river 1,000,000 times. It's fucking horrible.
If he came being aggressive, I'd probably have Laurie handle it.
Yeah. Laurie, help me. Laurie, where are you? You know.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to the Oklahoma boys, man. Say hi to the Oklahoma boys.
Who?
These dudes, man. They're hilarious. They come in to like a Blues game like once a year, and they all live in Oklahoma, and they all love the podcast. Do they listen to the podcast?
Oh, okay. What's up, guys?
And they're
Oklahoma,
funny,
baby.
man.
I would live in Oklahoma City. You got them tornadoes. Actually, there's tornadoes coming. We always bring up weather, but I saw we have, I think, 3 out of 8 on the Torcon.
Yeah, they're cool as shit. They're like
Oklahoma.
They're like naming like different things that have happened on the podcast. Like, they're just they're laughing. They're funny.
Hell yeah.
Partying, man. Having a good time.
Thanks for listening.
Oklahoma boys.
Excuse me.
You know what they say about them Oklahoma boys?
Good old shit kickers, Cowboys,
shit
right
kickers
there.
Right there, boy.
Yeah, they have that weird like that. They don't have basements in their homes, you know.
Well, I didn't. Clay? You know, I didn't have one growing up. Well, I did in one house, and then the house I lived in the longest, probably. A lot of homes didn't have basements back in the day. In certain areas, and a lot of homes in Arizona don't have basements.
Yeah, because of the clay. But in St. Louis, you should. A lot of homes have basements in St. Louis. So you're wrong on that. It's all good. All good.
I've got one now. I got a basement.
Good. Good for you.
Good weekend though. Got to get out and barbecue, man. I mean, I was barbecuing all weekend, dude.
What did I, man?
Smoking cigars. It's just like this is like when the season starts now.
The beautiful
weather.
You know
what I mean? Like the nice weather.
Dude, we had fires going on at night and in the morning, and then like during the day, you can go out there and get a tan on. It's pretty nice.
Cam's tanning.
Got my tan on, but oh god.
The Quinnville episode came out last week.
That was damn good.
Oh, we didn't talk about it in the post game and of the podcast and whatever. Wanted to let it breathe, let people listen to it. A lot of reaction, man. I've heard from a lot of his former players, people all over the hockey world, man.
Yeah, me too. I heard a lot about it. They gave you a lot of praise, just so you know. I chirp Andy a lot, but he did a damn good job with that. Damn good. Was Quinnville great? Yeah.
I think he was as good as he can be.
Yeah,
like, it's not really, this guy, he's a coach, right?
I don't know what
He's a hockey coach. I mean,
I got that from a lot of people too. They said Andy was awesome. Quinnville, I don't know if I'm convinced on some things, or there's still a lot more question marks. I'm like, that's fair. But hey, if I'm Joel, I'm doing the same thing. Like, I need to get this out. I need to tell my story.
Yeah. I don't think it does him any good just to like not say anything.
No, man. You gotta
I think
talk.
the league probably appreciates it when people don't talk and don't say anything.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I don't get the sense the league is just going to call him up one day and be like, hey, okay, you're back in. You know, sometimes you got to push, man, to make that happen. And you got to utilize your support and any type of platform.
So what's going to happen now?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think he was given the opportunity at one point to maybe be a consultant with an NHL team. And then he was like, okay, I'll do that. And then the league was like, you can consult, but you can't coach. The league was like, no, not now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when can I be a consultant? You know. So, listen, man.
5 more years.
I will say this: I heard Kyle Beach, man, and I've been trying to connect with Kyle because I wouldn't mind just to shoot the shit with Kyle and see what's up. And I heard he watched the interview, good. And may have even reached out to the Quinnville camp. And the nature of that conversation, I do not know. In terms of what was said, that's a very private conversation. But he said some things to the Quinnville camp, like I said, that's interesting. Where I think if maybe he says some of that stuff publicly, I think it could certainly move the ball forward in terms of maybe getting him reinstated. Man, I don't know. So,
what about getting Kyle on?
You want to get him on?
Yeah,
I would. That's fine.
That'd be cool.
I want to talk to Stan Bowman.
Yeah. Too. That would be cool. Just like what happened?
Well, you got a lot of money.
Dad's calling me.
It's your birthday, dude.
I know. Hold on. Hey, I'm doing a podcast. Let me call you right back.
All right, well, do though. I need help bad.
Oh, for what? Because you're live right now and everybody's listening to this.
Is it all fucking taxes? JC and
oh no. Okay. I'll call you back. Good God.
Oh, his taxes.
Mm-hmm. That sucks. See, man, I gotta
he's calling you to help with his taxes?
No, like me and my family, like Kate, we'll help him with everything.
Yeah, of course. What are you making him do his own taxes?
Well, no, he just needs to know what to do.
I got a tax guy.
Listen, all y'all, if you need a tax guy, like all y'all out there, man. My mom took care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
Like she took care of all that.
He's old school, man.
He's old school, man. He doesn't know how to fucking do anything online. Like I gotta help him with stuff. He's fine, and he's got the new doggy, and he's going to every single park and walking the dog. He's in a good spot, but like this kind of stuff is difficult for him, man.
No,
so I'm gonna have to have Kate, and we'll have to go over there and help him.
A lot of people from his generation would be.
I might have to edit that part out though, because I don't want to put him on the spot. You see that, Maddie? I think that was
just get him a tax guy.
It's just I don't want to hear him say that, but seriously though, all you guys, man, when you lose one of your mom or your dad, like there's some burden that's going to be put on one way or the other. One or the other. Know what I mean?
They rely on one another.
Unless it's Andy, because Andy does everything. So he.
That's not true.
But like if Kate was gone, man, I'd be in a jam.
Yeah.
Big time. Not gonna lie to you. Mm-hmm. I'm honest about it. Like she does a lot for me. All the little things like she does, she takes care of it.
Yeah.
Where I just would be like fucking lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I even had to get my goddamn license changed the other day, Andy. Like give me all this. What do I need? She's gotta like put it all together for me and stuff.
You're like a child. Dude.
Kinda, but I take care of her too. You know what I mean? I do my part. God, yeah.
What do you do for her?
Well, I work for her. You know what I mean?
You work for her or for you?
No, I work and I bring in money, and then we get to have a lovely life. You know what I mean? And I don't go away on trips with my buddies, which they invite me every fucking weekend. I don't do that stuff. I hang with Kate. When I have a birthday, I want to go have a nice little romantic. If Kate's not pregnant after this weekend, then I'm a pathetic little boy. Pathetic little boy.
I don't know if you could handle that.
I don't know if I can, but not that I'm trying to get her pregnant, but it's like if she's not, then it's just I am.
Yeah.
It's useless to spread my seed.
Yeah.
Which is probably good. The Lord's probably like, we don't want you to spread your seed, Cam. You are a crazy person. We can't have any more of you. One's enough. So if that's the sign from God, I'm like, okay. You know what I mean?
What other signs?
Is that too deep?
What other signs is he giving you right now?
I think I do need to change a couple things.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it.
What? Well, today, man, Kate's driving. It's all good.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
She dropped you off today?
Yank. So, it's all good. There's a couple things.
Say what's up to the Oklahoma boys.
Oklahoma boys, what's up, baby? Love all you guys, man. All you guys out there that listen every single day or every single podcast, we love it. We truly do. Always message us. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have a good episode this week. Talk about the Coyotes. How god-awful is that?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Well, for my 40th, though, I do think I need to change a couple things up, man. You know, a couple things. Just slowly, little inch by inch, Andy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not a drastic change. Were you looking at your notes? What's going on over there?
Well, this Arizona thing.
God, man, that's...
Because I have done some reporting on this, man.
Yeah, no, I was listening to a podcast yesterday. It kept bringing your name up.
Who did?
You know, a couple cats. They're like, Andy reported, da-da-da. I was like, oh.
What podcast was it?
You know who's a crazy guy up in Toronto? I listened to him. Mm-hmm. Who he's real loud on YouTube, and he talks about the Maple Leafs.
Oh.
What's his name?
Angle? Or
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, damn, this guy's hardcore. Just like if anybody saw me and you talking, they'd be like, these guys may be too much, especially me. But then you listen to him, he's a pretty smart guy.
Is he?
Yeah. And they were talking about the Arizona stuff. I'm just like going through, just listening to what people have to say. Freeman, all of them. They brought your name. People brought your name up.
Because, listen, the reality is Arizona, man, these players, they want to get the fuck out of there.
Get out of there, dude.
Like, if I'm telling you this right now, if this current owner, like if he were to like secure some piece of land and the league was like, okay, you guys are all staying in Arizona and this building's going to be ready in 3 years. If they had to play in this building, the Mullet Arena,
embarrassing,
in 3 years, or for the next 3 years, there would be a major, and I'm talking about significant uproar this offseason.
Big time.
Those players would not want to come back. They wouldn't come back.
They might protest.
They don't want to play another season, another game, another week, another month in that building. These guys, man, and I've said it all along, man, and I know you have too, Cam, but I feel bad for these players in reality because everything they read about their team is negative.
Everything.
The whole league is making fun of their team and the arena that they play in. It's never anything about the players. It's never anything about like a 5-game winning streak or how well they're doing on the power play or how good of a player Clayton Keller is or any type of star power they have or the fact that, Logan Cooley scoring 20 goals and they got this Gunther kid who might score 20.
Shane Doan's kid.
Shane Doan's kids,
You'll see the post and then you look at the comments and it's just all negative.
One-timers. And it's all negative. And listen, I'll be honest, man, here on this podcast, we've made fun of them plenty.
Of course. How can you not?
It's like the most embarrassing thing going in sports. This owner, man, and I've talked to the owner via text several times, and he seems like a good guy. I hear he's a good guy. Obviously very successful in terms of what he's been able to build up for himself to be a professional sports owner, but he just can't get it done. The president can't get it done. Mr. Gutierrez, man, these guys have all tried. They've got no relationships, it appears, inside that market. They fractured every relationship. So how do you get something done in a town? Listen, Phoenix, it's kind of like St. Louis, man. It's a small village there. There's not...
Isn't it way bigger in St. Louis?
It's bigger.
The market's way bigger.
But, dude...
And there's a lot more money down there.
But if you don't have relationships...
The opportunity's there.
You're not getting it done. And it doesn't mean like a new owner can't get it done.
Yeah.
But this specific owner... This specific president they can't get it done, dude. They've exhausted all options in that market. No relationships. They fractured every relationship. They want to build here. They want to go to the auction to secure some type of land, and the mayor of Scottsdale's coming out and be like, nope, you can't build.
Why
here.
Is that though?
Because he doesn't want to work with these guys.
Or is it because of that specifically? So because he doesn't like the owner, or is it because I don't want this mess on my hands? He wants that rink. He just doesn't like the owner. I'm curious.
Well, maybe there's a little bit of both, but what I do know is he's not working with these guys, and maybe you do have somebody else come in who can create a relationship.
Yeah.
I look at a difference between some owner. Listen, we live here in St. Louis. I see a guy like Tom Stillman who gives back to charity, who's involved in the community, who's respected throughout the community. That there's a difference there. You know what I'm saying?
That guy doesn't do charity
and
work?
I don't know, from what I understand.
I bet he does. But he doesn't pay his bills. And any little things like that. When you own a big company, and you don't take care of the little things.
Yeah.
Not to mention
Well,
the
you're
bigger
talking about
things.
the hotel bill.
Whatever.
I know, but all that's getting taken care of. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of stuff that comes
You
out.
want to work for a guy that doesn't take
when
care of
all these other
bills?
issues are happening, man.
God
then,
awful.
Then people bring that up. But yeah, eventually that apparently is all going to get paid, all their hotel bills and all this type of stuff, man. It's an absolute
embarrassing.
mess. The league has let this go on forever. I understand that they want to be in, Arizona, and maybe they can get back there. Hopefully they can. I know people are reporting that, Alex Morello has in the contract, if he sells the team to the league, which, by the way, this is not finalized, no signatures have been put on any paper whatsoever. It looks like it's all going to happen. I don't know how the team can go back to Arizona now, to be honest with you. And now you have an owner, obviously, this Ryan Smith, who seems like a shit kicker.
They like him.
Billionaire, not even 40 years old, I don't think.
What's he do?
Look up his
What's
age.
he made? What did he make his money on?
He had some company that he sold to like SAP or
Him and his
something.
wife, both?
I don't know. They sold it to SAP for like billions of dollars. And I guess his dream was to own professional sports teams, so he bought the NBA team.
Jazz.
Which they print money, dude. They make a lot of money in the NBA. They do.
The Jazz do?
NBA teams. They make a lot of money right now. The NBA is very popular, dude.
No, I know it's popular.
Yeah.
I thought it was trending in the wrong direction.
No,
but
they
I
make
could be
a lot
wrong
of
on
they
that.
make a lot of money. NBA owners,
Could be
NFL
wrong on
owners make a shit ton of money.
NFL's completely different.
I know.
No shit, they do.
Yeah.
But
NBA owners make money. Hockey, it's a little bit of a different animal.
are the Pirates making money? You know what I mean?
I think baseball does because their television deals do.
Television deals, but like Pirates
They don't
get
even
anything.
have a television deal in Arizona. Like this
gosh.
this president, and he may be a great guy. I don't mean to chirp him, but listen, they fractured the relationship in Glendale where they had that arena. They couldn't even stay there, right? So by leaving, they lost everything: merchandise, concessions, parking, naming rights. I mean, all this like revenue. And they weren't generating a ton anyway, but all the revenue they were generating is now out the window.
It's god awful.
You know what I'm saying?
The worst organization in all sports, besides maybe Oakland. You know what I mean? It's the worst
They
organization.
can't wait to
Sucks.
get to Salt Lake City.
Go to Salt Lake, dude.
Get there.
It'd be fun.
And now people are like, are they going to be able to make much money? Listen, just get out of Arizona.
I mean, we'll figure it out.
It's a bigger city than people realize. It's got more history than people realize. The people there, I think, much like Vegas, you have some transplants. And they're going to support the hometown team. They'll get excited about it.
A little different. It's going to be a little different.
Yeah, you have like,
you got some different people up there.
Sure.
That maybe
you
think
have
a
the
little
religious
differently.
aspect and stuff like that. But
a little soaking here and there.
But my brother lives out there, man. It's not
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's absolutely beautiful.
So if you love the outdoors and you love, beauty, and there's a lot to do there in Salt Lake City, dude.
I hope it works. And I hope Arizona gets another team. It's a big market. It is. It's way bigger than St. Louis. So much money down there, dude. You just got to have an owner that knows what the fuck he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't screw people over and
dude,
pays bills. And
they've been like playing with the minds of the Arizona fans. Because listen, I feel bad. If any of you out there are hardcore Arizona fans for the last 20, 30 years, man, I feel bad for you because you're losing your team.
Yep.
So I would never like chirp that. I mean, there's diehard fans who have supported that team. And not enough of them, but there's some. And they're losing their team. So you got to be sensitive to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. I do.
So,
but you know what? Like, it is what it is, and you got to get your shit together. I do think they'll have another team, but let's see what Salt Lake's all about. See if Tyson Nash wants to go live up there.
We're going to talk to him here.
We're going to talk to Tyson here soon. I wonder what the players think about it. I'd like to talk to
about
Keller.
What?
Just about this whole situation.
Dude, they want to get the hell out of there.
Like,
I'm telling you right now, man.
Like, are they that cheap too, Andy? Like,
they're over the moon with joy, dude. They're filled with joy. They're so excited. And I'll tell you this, the general manager, I know a lot was made out of that he on his own, because the president of the team wasn't doing it, the owner wasn't doing it. This guy, his son's playing in the Frozen Four in Minnesota. It's a huge scouting weekend for any NHL general manager and, scouting staff, because you got the Frozen Four, you got Macklin Celebrini, all this, talent that's in St. Paul. You want to watch these guys play. He leaves on his own to go to Edmonton to go meet with his team to explain what he knows. And I don't even think he knows everything that's going on probably. You know what I'm saying?
awful.
It's but nobody else is speaking to these players. You got media asking them questions, So I know it was reported that the GM went there. So good on him for going and talking to the players and then heading back to St. Paul.
Do you think that they were so cheap during the year that, they just cut corners in different ways? And as a player, you would know that. Maybe the food's a little different. Maybe the plane looks a little different. The hotel's not as nice. Like, I just wonder if they cut corners. I'm just curious. Where everybody's just like, God, kind of like Major League.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Where there's like the shitty plane. Oh, now they're in that shitty bus.
Well, you look at the
and now
Oakland A's who are moving to Vegas.
Fuck, they're a disaster
playing in like
too.
a minor league.
What else is there? You got Arizona Coyotes. You got the Oakland A's. Then what? There's got to be a big drop off because those two are just bottom of all bottom. The A's have been shit for a long, long time, but they had history before. The Bash brothers, they won some fucking titles, man. But as far as Arizona, god damn, they got to be number one.
The only way you're going to get this done in Arizona too is truly, honestly, if they build a new building where the Suns and the Coyotes or the NHL team can play in the same building with the Mercury, of course, too, the WNBA team.
Yeah, don't forget about them.
If the three of those teams could play in one building, if they could feed downtown, you know what I'm saying? Like turn that downtown into something. It's nice, but it's lacking a lot if you get to Arizona, Phoenix specifically, is what we're talking about. And then if you have the baseball stadium right next door to the building
D-backs, baby,
where the NHL and the NBA team and the WNBA team are playing in, now we're talking.
WNBA team.
Now we can get things going.
That's funny. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We do, but it is not a good look. I feel bad for the players trying to like extend contracts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How many players are like restricted free agents on that team?
I don't know, but they got some good young players. Dude.
They do.
They got a lot of guys locked up too.
Yeah, they got their couple big boys locked up.
You mean unrestricted free agents? Or you say?
Listen,
you say restricted?
Restricted, yeah.
Like the team still has control over those players?
I think there's a lot.
Okay.
Unrestricted, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be as concerned about the restricted free
No,
agents.
I know. I'm just saying there's a lot, but they're restricted.
But the hockey operations, their contracts go with the team. So the general manager, the head of scouting, all the pro scouts, assistant coaches, head coach, they all. Well, they don't. In this case, they actually do work for the team. I don't know. I would imagine that the owner of Utah would be able to pick his own broadcasters.
Oh, really?
Now, he may want the guys who are familiar with the team, who've been working with the team.
Played for the team.
Obviously, these guys like Nash, for example, they've got great relationships with the team.
Yeah.
So, like, all it takes is, like, the general manager or whatever, like, we want these guys coming or whatever. I mean, I don't know if they're going to look to do. So it's up to those guys, too. But the president of the team, he doesn't go. The salespeople can. And you know what? Dude, this is what's going to be interesting, is once they do go, what do all the employees who have been working for the Arizona Coyotes, what are they going to come out and say when they start talking?
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to be like, oh, my God, who's writing the book? Who's going to come out and start talking
We're eating bologna sandwiches
about their experience working for the Coyotes under this owner and who
like
may
on
be
the
a
plane,
nice guy and the president for the last several years? What are they going to come out and say?
Like on the plane, is there like RC Cola instead of Coke? Just fucking being cheap.
Oh, they shouldn't have Coke on there either.
Yeah,
they should have healthier drinks. Healthier options.
Yeah, you might be right on that. But, for the media and stuff like that, like all the people up
Is
front.
RC cheap or something?
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. You go to some of those
Guys,
stores.
we're only using tap water today.
Tap water from the tap. I mean, you would notice cutting corners.
You got the trainer like making bologna sandwiches for the players.
Bologna sandwiches. Good Lord. It's god awful.
These guys work their ass off to get to the NHL.
You got superstars on that team, and they're just buried, Yeah. They're just buried. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to agree with Biz, though, who we love. Like, this year has been fucking unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Like, it truly has. Got a little bit of everything. I don't know if we said this maybe I said it on the radio, but I do feel like this year's had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, it does.
You got monster superstars scoring, 100, almost 100 assists. You got Austin Matthews probably going to get to 70 goals. You got, Ovi stepping up, getting 30. Kucherov's doing his thing. You got crazy fights all the time.
When did Ovi score all his goals? What did Chaser say?
What's that?
What did Chaser say about Ovi scoring all his goals?
Oh, do you need to know if you want to like Ovi or not? What Chaser has to say? His opinion?
No, he said he scores all his goals after the All-Star break.
Yeah, well, whatever. He entertained me. I want there to be a steroid league anyway.
Oh, my God, you're saying that?
Yeah.
Is that
I want there to be
implying?
like a steroid football league.
I wasn't even going there.
Well, I am going there. I want mutants fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. You know what I fucking saw over the weekend? The UFC is about as cool as you can get, just so all y'all know.
What, that guy knocked that guy out?
Max Holloway,
Yeah.
who's awesome, by the way, and Justin Gaethje, who's one of the best strikers in UFC,
Yeah.
went toe-to-toe. And Gaethje didn't even need to take that fight, but he did it out of respect. And Max Holloway is like a veteran man, unbelievable boxing skills, and he's just tougher than shit. He's a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
He got the badass, the belt, the bad motherfucker belt. And so anyway, Gaethje didn't need to take this fight. Max Holloway's winning the fight. 10 seconds left. Max Holloway already knows he won the fight. He could just bounce around and kind of just like go for 10 seconds, kind of maybe tag him a couple times and then stay out of trouble. But Max Holloway goes to the center of the octagon, points right down, like, let's go. And he stood, and they start trading punches like, fuck it. So he's actually giving Justin Gaethje a chance to win this fight because he's already got it. He's already won by points.
But then he knocked him out.
But then Holloway catches him with that right, puts him down.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. You know how cool that was? So Dana White even took that clip and posted it. Because the UFC is so anal about getting any of these clips out.
Why?
Because you need to buy on pay-per-view. If you go in the next day after a fight.
You see Joe Rogan's reaction?
God, yeah. He does the same thing every time whenever he's freak out mode. But yeah, Joe Rogan's awesome too. But that was really cool. UFC. And now UFC 300. Or no. I think it's 303 where Conor McGregor is fighting. Our boy over here, Michael Chandler, shit kicker from fucking House Springs out yonder where I grew up. Badass son of a bitch. Then you got Sean Strickland's fighting. And
My cousin.
Yeah, Andy's cousin, Sean Strickland. You sure you want to be related to him?
Runs in the family.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with him?
He's wild.
Well, we have wild people in
Yeah,
the
you
family.
do. Yeah, you do.
I mean, so.
Yeah, you do.
He's, where'd he grow up again? I mean, I remember when we were.
Probably California. I could be wrong on that. He's hardcore.
You might be wrong on that.
California? Could be.
Hey,
so anyway, Max Holloway, a little shout out.
Max Holloway, awesome. give you a shout out, Maxie.
That was awesome. Andy doesn't like the UFC.
Yeah, I do.
Andy knows buddies wouldn't go to a UFC event and watch.
Not true, dude. I'd go in a heartbeat.
Would you?
I've got people who hook me up with links and stuff like that to watch.
Oh yeah, Dana don't like that. That's hard to do.
Well,
Tim Peel said he had one. He told about on the radio. He gets all this free stuff.
I do easily.
Yeah,
get the links. You've known that in the past, remember? I told you.
I don't even ask.
Oh, people send them to me and stuff like that.
The links of
to watch like UFC title fights,
live,
McGregor, whatever. Yeah.
Good for you.
OJ is no longer with us.
Well, he's a murderer.
You think he said something on the deathbed?
No. Although he did give a...
Did he make his family sign non-disclosure agreements?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Why would they sign them?
I don't know.
And what's the NDA for?
I don't know.
Is that...
He's a fucking psycho.
Is that uncommon?
That was really weird in 94, by the way. And just what happened, and there was a huge racial divide at the time. Not that there's not now.
Well, because you had the Rodney King thing.
Fucking
right
Rodney
before
King
that.
just got shit kicked, and which was god awful. All the cops got acquitted on that, which was terrible. They beat the fuck out of him.
They were like terrible people.
Terrible people. 100%. That blew up, and now this fucking OJ comes out, who's like, has everything going for him, everything, but he's a little fucking frisky with his wife, and apparently. Of course, Ronald Goldman hanging out with his wife and stuff like that. Although I think he was just bringing back glasses to her house. I don't know.
I think he was I think they were like they weren't together at the time. Nicole and OJ were no longer together.
Yeah, but he just loses his mind. And if you think that he's innocent, and which there's so people out there that do, you're out of your fucking mind. There's so much evidence.
You don't think he hired somebody else to do it?
No.
There's some rumors that somebody from the mob.
No, he killed him.
Because it had to have been some type of coincidence where the guy was there at the house.
Him. And then the prosecuting attorney, they fucked up.
Oh yeah,
they fucked up. You're gonna give a guy a glove to put on
that doesn't fit.
I could put on any glove right now and be like, this doesn't fit me. This doesn't fit me. He got off his fucking blood pressure medicine. His hands blew up a little bit. And he's like, look at this. Johnny Cochran shit kicked them, dude.
Yeah, he did.
He did. That whole
Robert
team,
Kardashian.
They shit kicked the fucking prosecution attorney. They did. They fucked up so many times, man.
It kind of divided the Kardashian.
Look at the
Kardashian family.
Look at the divide with the race divide.
The Kardashian family. It really fractured their relationship as well.
Yeah, who cares about that?
Because Kris Jenner had she was very close with Nicole. They say Khloe Kardashian.
I remember
is not Robert Kardashian's daughter. And some people have suggested that OJ Simpson is the father of Khloe Kardashian.
I don't know.
No, what's your take on that?
I don't give a shit. But I remember like in 94, like there's certain things that I remember at 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, Columbine when that happened. That was hardcore. But when OJ, I remember being at Crestwood Mall way out there with my mom and my brother buying tennis shoes. And these little TVs were on the wall. My mom goes, hey, look at this. And I'm looking at this Bronco going like 30 miles an hour. I'm like, why is he going so slow? My mom's like, that's OJ Simpson. I go, who's that? Like, I didn't know at the time.
Well, how would she know? Just watching it?
It blew up on TV.
Because it said it on television.
It's like, look, it's a live shot of OJ.
She didn't know what kind of car he had. It might have been AC's car anyway, Al Collins.
You don't remember this?
Dude, I was watching the NBA Final.
What are you talking about?
I was a diehard Buffalo Bills fan.
They're chasing OJ Simpson.
I just didn't know she was up to the second with what was going on because
it said it.
You're at Crestwood Mall.
It said it on the ticker. It's like they're chasing OJ Simpson for murder.
So she was reading it. You couldn't read back then?
Well, I don't know. But I go, who's OJ? My mom's like, he's a football player. And I'm like, damn, I just remember that. Like there's certain things throughout your life that was a big deal.
I was my whole family's from Buffalo, New York. That's where I'm originally. All my roots are from, and
we know.
So I was a diehard Bills fan back then. They lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls back in the early 90s.
It was real good.
Yeah, it was really tough on all of us. And very difficult.
No one gives a fuck.
Can we not talk about it? Because it's very difficult. Anyway.
I like when fans, like, Andy acts like wherever he's at, like, I'm a fan of this now. I'm a fan of this. I see that so much.
There was I had a Buffalo Bills hat. I actually wrote on the inside of the hat at the time, "Free OJ," because I didn't know what it was.
You would be that guy.
But then I came around to.
There's people that I know
before the end of the trial and all that. I was like, okay, he's 100% guilty. I can't believe he got. But they don't really believe that. I think it's for show.
I think you're right.
It's for entertainment purposes only.
No, I don't think entertainment purposes. I think just.
Who's that hilarious?
We want to side by OJ because of what happened at the time. Is what I think.
Well, and a lot of, maybe racially driven. You never know what it is.
100% racially driven.
And a lot of people who think he's guilty.
For entertainment, it's racially driven.
People who think he's guilty could be racially driven too.
Or they could look at the evidence and be like, this guy's a stone cold fucking killer.
Okay, but
look at the evidence.
Did they show enough evidence?
No, they just fucked up on a couple things. They did.
Well, Furman was a racist. That
the cop.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the guy didn't kill.
Remember the dude who lived inside the house, in the guest house?
What's his name?
Cato
Caitlin. What a weirdo. What are those two doing?
They all got so famous.
Isn't that weird? Man. Like you have a guy that's lived with you.
He lived in the guest house, rented it out.
Doing what? Why do you need somebody to rent your house out? Some dude.
What do you mean? Weird. People rent stuff out all the time.
Why the fuck, when you have a ton of money, would you want some fucking weirdo guy that you don't know come and live in your guest house on your property? Why would you do that?
I don't think it's that uncommon.
Why would you do that? I would never do that. My family wants to come in town. You stay in the guest house. I'm going to have somebody rent that out for, a couple grand a month? I need that money to have some guy looking through all my shit, knows where I'm at? No way.
Well, just the fact that he was in the Bronco with a gun into his head, trying to call Bob Costas in the studio. They didn't have cell phones, but OJ had a car phone. He's with Al Collins, his best friend.
What did happen to Al Collinson?
I don't know, man.
Did he go to jail?
We never really know. What would he go to jail for? He was calling the police, cooperating.
He driving?
He was like, "Here's where we're going."
But you're driving.
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that.
No, he called the police and said, "I have OJ in my car."
Yeah, and I'm driving away from you. Then pull over.
We're driving to his house.
Okay, pull over then.
No, I think they were all in negotiation that, okay, just go back to the house.
So in the Bronco, he was driving the Bronco.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm sure he had to do some time.
No, he didn't do any time.
Okay.
I think he was like, dude, he's like, I got this guy in my back seat who's got a gun to his head. I can't pull over.
Okay.
Because he's going to shoot himself. So
he wasn't just helping him. OJ was threatening him.
I don't know if he was threatening. No, OJ had a gun to his own head.
Okay.
And
God, they were going so slow.
Yeah.
Remember everybody
so they weren't really trying to get away. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I got to look at the documentary again.
Yeah.
But OJ was fucked up. And a bunch of fucking women still wanted to bang him, too. It's so weird. Isn't it weird? Like when you're a criminal like that, hardcore criminal, sometimes you go, it's because you're popular. Like women still want to be
So
with
then
him.
he
Isn't that
goes
crazy?
to prison for 9 years later for a separate offense, you know?
Yeah, he tried to.
And then he comes out and he's doing like fantasy
Cameos.
football videos.
And cameos.
Cameos.
Hey, the Jews here.
You think he still made money and stuff?
Yeah.
You think he had a fortune? Dude, the Goldman family, they never got a cent, dude.
Are you serious?
They've never gotten paid.
Didn't they?
Maybe they've gotten
didn't they
a
get
small
the book money?
fracture of it.
Didn't they get that
They
book
got
money?
some book money. But OJ, he must have participated in the book, if we're talking about the same book, because...
Where it says, I did it, and it's like, I didn't do it, or something.
I don't know.
Like
there's something, in the title
Yeah.
that says he did it, but also he's not admitting to do it at the same time. But he got like an upfront payment of like $885,000 for that or something.
The Goldman family should have got a ton of money.
Oh,
In
yeah.
a civil suit. They didn't? Are you sure about that?
They were awarded $30-something million in the civil suit, but OJ, his income was coming from like NFL pension money and stuff like that, which legally could not be used towards paying for the pensioners
what a
or
mess.
paying the what was owed from the civil suit.
What a mess.
So I don't think they got any money. If they did get some, it wasn't anything close to what was owed to them.
You see the, that Key Bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's under investigation
For
by
what?
the FBI.
For how it was built.
No, I think of maybe... I don't think it was about how it was
Well,
built.
there should be an investigation no matter what.
Well, why now? I thought you said that was an accident. So now there's
Yeah, but you always have to investigate it.
Yeah, but they didn't, and now they are. Do you get that? So it's weird. So people are like, "Well, what the fuck happened?"
You have to
so
do
what?
It. You have to do an
No,
investigation.
they said that. No, this wasn't foul play.
Mhm.
It was
An
electrical thing. And now a month later, like, well, we don't know yet. We're gonna have an investigation.
Yeah.
It's odd. And that's why I'm like, this looks odd.
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago when I said this, now it's under investigation. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Could be something to do with the bridge. Could be something to do with the barge. Could be something to do with the pilot, captain. Doesn't matter.
How many times are you going to go tanning, you think? Just once?
Fuck, I gotta go.
Just once, you think?
No, I'd have to go a couple times.
You have to
Costs
get like
$300.
No, it doesn't.
Mhm.
You got to get like a package deal.
Yeah, but I only go in there with Kate, so I don't look like a fucking weirdo.
Oh, God.
Imagine me walking into a tanning
With
salon
like frosted
all
tips
these little
on your
girls,
hair.
like high school girls, like hi, sir. And I'm like, I walk in like I'm mutant. I want to go tanning. I'm like, okay.
There's nothing wrong with it. You need Kate to go with you?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
yeah, I do.
Are you insecure with that?
Walking into a tanning salon in Eureka with a bunch of high school girls and go tanning, it's just odd.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Kate, so I just don't look as
Mm-hmm.
bizarro land,
Do they have joint tanning?
No, Andy.
Beds
I do the
or-
stand-up one, like.
Really?
Yeah. You got to go tanning, dude. I'm pale as shit, and I'm going down to the Bahamas for 6 days.
I know.
I don't want to get rocked, man.
know.
I need to be a good base.
Yes. We're going to Mexico, actually.
Where are you going?
Looking forward to it. Like 2 hours south, close to Tulum, actually.
Really? That's cool. The family?
No, just Laura and I.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good for you.
I know. It's a
Well,
lot
like
to leave on like people though, man. Like their schedule's crazy.
With the kids?
Yeah.
Who's taking care of all the Thai stuff and whatnot?
It's gonna be a joint effort.
Her family?
It takes a village.
Her
Yeah,
family?
but different people will contribute to that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You gotta go on a
got a lot
vacation,
of stuff coming up, dude. We're heading out to Chicago this weekend for a tournament. And in June, 3 weekends in a row, Cam,
Yeah.
I'll be out of town for various tournaments and shit. So, hey, listen, a lot of talk about the should there be play-in games for the playoffs in hockey. And listen, I know it's different. It's not ordinary. I'm a traditionalist. My immediate answer would be to say no. But I look at some of these teams that are missing the playoffs, and I look at it differently now. I'm not going to lie, because St. Louis is missing, so that's probably why I'm looking at this whole scenario and listening more to people talk about play-in games, because the NBA does play-in games, right? Where if you don't make the playoffs, they're like the last team out. You can play a game to get in. Well, a lot of people do. It's very popular.
I know they do. I just don't.
WNBAs.
You like WNBA better than the NBA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know you do.
Just because of the skill level.
No, of course. And the dunking.
The competitiveness.
So
anybody
why would they do
anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, yeah. So what do they do? Play a game? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do they wanna do?
So like St. Louis would play like Washington or something. I don't
Because
know.
they just missed?
I mean, I don't know if they would play Washington.
How would it
because
all
they're
work
two
out?
different conferences. I don't know. I guess the team that just missed, maybe the two teams that are just out.
Don't we have enough teams in there?
We probably do.
So who's fucking saying this?
A lot of people, and it was talked
Like, who's
about.
a lot of
It was
people?
talked about on the TNT panel during intermissions too. And of course, Chief, was like,
What's he saying?
No, he wouldn't. But I knew what his answer would be. A lot of people would feel that way. I don't disagree. Yeah, if you're not in the top 8, then you don't make the playoffs. But when you're 10 games over 500 and you finish with 90 plus points, man, that's tough. You can't make the playoffs with that.
You got to get 95 then.
Yeah,
That doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
You know what sucks? I think is like.
Hey, but you know what?
Boston has to play fucking Tampa.
Yeah, but it would bring more revenue
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
the league.
That's cool.
I think some owners would like it. This was brought up to me by an NHL general manager saying we need to have playing games. I swear to God.
Hey, the more the merrier. Like you want to have more competitive games at the end of the year. I don't mind that. Do I think it's completely necessary to have a team that's? I look at the Blues like. I know they might be 10 games over 500.
Yeah, but they
9
lost to
games.
San Jose
They're not,
3 times.
They don't deserve it.
No. Because of that, you mean?
Yeah.
They beat all the good teams, though.
I watched them all year. You watched them all year. You think that's a playoff team? Like you look at that down, just like, do you look at that team like, damn, they need an extra playing game.
They're not bad, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, they're 10 games over. They beat all the big dogs all season long. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
For whatever reason, they struggled against non-playoff teams, which makes no sense.
Yeah. I look at that team and I'm like, they didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks for us. Sucks for the city. The city needs
No,
that
I
revenue.
look at it
Sucks
the
for
same way.
organization.
But I think it's interesting people are talking about it. I never really put a ton of thought into it. I don't like it in the NBA. It makes it confusing.
It does.
I think
MLB too.
I think teams want to get going right away when the seasons are over. They don't want to hang around and wait for teams to play in games.
8 days. And now you got to
6
start
days,
back up.
even a week.
And
whatever.
it's good for guys that are getting healthy, but bad for guys that are healthy.
No, guys want to.
practice for
Coaches
6
have
days.
always said. Chief always said that.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it rolling.
Let's go.
Like 2-3 days after the season ends, they want
I
to
think
start
3
playing.
days is good.
Mm-hmm.
3 days. Listen, if you're hurt and you got to go a week, you might have to take a game off. But 3 days really heals a lot of things. The little minor injuries. That 3 days helps.
What do you think of Mark Stone coming back right now?
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, he had fucking like people are like, he's
Lacerated spleen.
I see the meme of like, remember Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? The guy walks out, he's like, and he walks out and he goes, "Da-da-ding, I'm back.
The WNBA, or the, not WNBA, but
You love the WNBA so much, you keep thinking about it.
WWE guy who was in a cast in the wheelchair.
And also he pops
just
up.
stands up.
Yeah.
But
listen, your fucking spleen got rocked, dude.
Yeah,
like,
but
come on.
Cam, there's got to be some truth to it. They just seem to do this, dude.
Well, what if he was ready a week ago? You gonna have him
Right.
play? Why?
No, I know.
Even 2 weeks ago,
I
I'd be
know.
like, fuck
But
you.
what
you're
I'm
sitting out.
but what I'm saying is, people around the league. I'm telling you, GMs, owners, presidents, players, they think they cheat.
Well, they almost missed the playoffs.
So I'm just saying.
They almost missed the playoffs.
But they think they cheat.
Fine. And
it's almost like Vegas shoving it up the league's ass, and everybody else, like, right when Hurdle comes back, just a few days before the playoffs, like, Mark Stone is skating again. You know what I'm saying? It's like they never miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know there's significant injuries, but they never miss the playoffs.
You ever had a spleen injury? You know what it feels like?
No, dude. I've never had that.
You
Honestly.
know what it feels like?
I could only imagine.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have him. And they were fucking Blues were trying to catch him like they were almost there.
Right.
So they were rolling the dice, not playing him anyway.
I know. I'm not saying he faked an injury. I'm just saying
I get what you're saying.
The timing is just
I'm just
always
giving my
interesting.
opinion.
Although I do hear
doesn't bother me.
I do hear that there's a strong chance Alex Pietrangelo will not be available for the first round of the playoffs.
Intestinal?
He had some intestinal stuff going on.
Kind of like with back his
Then
head.
he had to have like an appendectomy or something.
Oh, jeez Louise. God damn. You need that Petro. You get the best big D in the league, man. You don't have your fucking
So if they don't have him,
that's your boy.
And
right
you know
there.
what? By signing all these guys and making these deals, I mean they're going to end up losing some good players. They're going to have to lose one of these defensemen.
They're going to fall off here in a couple.
You know
of
what I'm
years.
saying?
But let them ride.
But
their
if they
high.
have a couple of Stanley Cups, then I think they're willing to take that risk. All right, Tyson Nash is coming on, so we want to get to him, and we're doing it the same day as we do our intro, so there's a timing aspect here. So we have to get.
Do you think he's worried about his tan?
I told him the ladies want to see how tan he is.
Do you think do you think he's worried about it going up to Salt Lake? I think Salt Lake's weather is pretty gosh dang nice.
Dude, you get very tan up there. Because you're at higher elevation.
I mean,
You don't know anything. See, when you're at higher elevation, you're closer to the sun. You actually get very tan.
I get that. You get tan in Arizona, dude. You know.
Yeah, but
I don't know what this is. The sun out a lot in the wintertime?
Oh,
is the
dude,
sun?
beautiful weather. The summers there are incredible. I'd rather go to Salt Lake.
No, we're
in
not
the
talking summer.
than
We're talking
the
winter. Because Tyson Nash in the wintertime could be down in Arizona and get his gosh dang tan on. His tan is quite lovely.
He's at the pool.
He's at the pool. So can you go to a pool in the wintertime in Salt Lake City?
Well, you know what?
No, I don't think you can.
Listen, let me say this about Phoenix, and I know everyone is like, oh, it's so beautiful and everything. Like having lived in Arizona for several years, it's hot, it's fake. There's no grass.
No, I know.
It's like rocks in your front yard.
It's faker than that tree.
There's
right there.
fake palm trees everywhere. Like they're not native to Phoenix. They planted them. So they make it look like it's some like tropical environment. I don't want to chirp Phoenix, but like, everything's like beige and like clay looking. It's just, I like beauty and I like ocean. I like mountains. So, you got to go up, an hour and a half north to get to the mountains, or you can go down south an hour and a half towards Tucson. Flagstaff, Phoenix, Tucson. Mountains in Tucson, not nearly as nice as the mountain range in Flagstaff, but Phoenix, flat, fake. Give me green and give me mountains or ocean.
Well, you got the sun.
It's hot as shit.
It's hot as fuck, dude.
And they can't support hockey.
But we're talking winter time. Like
why don't they support hockey there?
Because you're in a weird spot.
Like I know there's a lot of former NHLers that live there, and youth hockey's thriving.
Yeah, and you just have to be in the right spot, man. You can't be that far away. You know what I mean? You're in Glendale. It's just far away.
Yoink.
It's far away from all the people.
What
like Glendale was.
Glendale was, yeah.
It was. It's far away.
But then they messed that whole thing. I might as well just stay there.
Although they built that up pretty nice.
Would you rather stay in Glendale?
I don't need to live in Phoenix if I played there.
Or would you rather play in Mullet Arena? Where Shane Dunn's taking one-timers, his son.
I mean, Glendale, of course. Glendale, they built it all up. They got like restaurants everywhere.
Dude, they got like free ice there.
I know.
In Glendale.
Hey, you know what? We had more people
now they got to like pay for their like ice.
We had more people at the Puck Cancer event than
the Coyotes.
The Coyotes do. It's god awful. They were louder.
Oh yeah, Bill Muckalt, by the way, will be the next head coach for Lindenwood University. Their ice hockey team. Just want to give them a shout out. Hope Lindenwood changes their uniforms and their overall look. Just
why? You don't like the black and gold?
I just think it's the same uniforms they had for their club team all those years.
Yeah, you want to change.
I just think they just got to make it look different, make it feel like a Division I program on the outside, not on the inside. Because Zombo did a great job as a coach.
Yeah.
In terms of how he handled the players and how he ran the program and whatever. But now it's like the perception on the outside to make it look and feel like it's a big-time hockey program, right? Change the uniforms. Let's get some marketing going. Let's have some. Let's get something else going here with the Lindenwood hockey program.
It just sucks we do this on Monday. I know there's some big games on tonight.
I know there are. Yeah, because you got Pittsburgh
Red Wings,
playing.
you got Pittsburgh.
Red Wings.
Dude, if Pittsburgh gets in, I don't want to play them right off the bat. Hell no.
You think they regret trading Gensel? Or do you think that
Gensel's dominating right now? I wouldn't want to play Carolina.
Oh my
I wouldn't
God.
want to play Tampa.
Carolina's the best team in the league. I think Carolina.
They're really good.
You may have Carolina and Dallas in the final, man.
Dallas. They're loaded.
Although they got to play Vegas now, right?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to play Winnipeg either. I told you that 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, but then they kind of like they hit
Avs in Winnipeg. That'd be fun.
Winnipeg hit a wall. Winnipeg did. Started losing a bunch of games. Colorado has no goaltending. That's
whoa, dude. They're getting lit up. And you think McKinnon is a locker room? The locker room's probably losing his mind on this kid. He may like put the goalie pads on. Damn.
I gotta play goalie.
He got lit. I know. What are you drinking at night? Soda?
Are you not
stretching?
Getting 10 hours of sleep.
You know what I mean? I like that though, man. I want my captain and my leader to be fucking all over everybody. Fuck that.
It's gonna force him to go.
You should drink soda at night.
It's gonna force him to go into the hyperbaric chamber.
If I'm McKinnon, I'm like, dude, we gotta win another cup. Fuck all y'all. No, we're eating this. We're doing that. We're doing this. Yeah, hell yeah. Be the man. Be disciplined. Be the guy that's healthy. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Say hi to the Oklahoma boys.
Hey, dudes, what's going on? Get them tornadoes are coming. Watch out for more Oklahoma.
Hey, the Chemistry Podcast is always fueled by First Form, baby. Use our app, or get the app, and use our link. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. That's the only link you need to know. Don't need to worry about anything else.
I'm gonna eat one of these bad boys.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
Nasher coming up in a little bit. This is with my 20 grams of protein.
Dude.
Makes you horny. Got dang right.
Oh, you took him down to the cabin with you?
No, I gotta save these for radio and podcast.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
You save them for that?
I cooked some badass steaks, man.
Me too. I cooked a steak this weekend.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
Man, and did what with it?
I cut it up.
And did what?
I fed it to everybody.
You ate it?
Fed it
What
to
did it
everybody.
taste like?
I fed it to everybody.
How'd you cook it?
On the Traeger.
So
12 and a half minutes on each side, 375.
how big was the steak?
Like a pound and a half or whatever, ounce and a half. What is it? No. It was big, dude. It could feed like
Like what?
pretty thick.
An inch?
I don't know if I took a picture
12
of
and a half on each side for an inch
it. It was, yeah.
thick steak.
That's
It tastes like fucking cardboard.
what do you mean?
No, what about the grill marks? You can put any grill marks on that bad boy? Get the
Dude,
fire
I was
underneath?
flipping the hell out of that thing.
You don't flip it that much.
Well, I'm just saying
You
I-
don't,
no.
dude, my God, that thing tasted like rubber. God.
It's a little
And he doesn't even eat it. He just feeds it to everybody. He's like, I cooked a steak, but I'm not going to eat it. But I'm going to feed you guys. They're probably like,
Hey, I got to ask you real quick before we get to
Nasher?
the rest of our live reads and talk about first form. What'd you think of what Cutter Gauthier said from Denver University, or from Boston College University, prior to playing Denver in the Frozen Four final?
It's just a
Basically
stupid-
saying there's going to be some tears over there and
Stupid thing
stuff.
to say. He's a young kid that's cocky,
Yeah.
man.
He's
I
cocky.
get it.
He's got a lot of confidence in himself. But I've asked some people close to that program. His teammates love him.
That's not the reason why they lost. But
No.
it's not a good look. And you know that's going to bite you in the
he's
ass.
a hell of a player.
Listen, that'll all go away. Sometimes,
But he's on the heels of that Philadelphia situation, so
Yeah.
his reputation already kind of took a hit.
you don't want to
People are
bury yourself
unsure, like who this guy is. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Is Ryan Kessler.
Yeah,
He just
okay.
kind of has some Ryan Kessler in him.
That's good.
You know, he kind of plays like him a little bit.
I don't
I don't know if he plays as hard as Kessler or not. I guess we'll find out.
That's not the reason
but-
why they lost, but it's not good. Anytime you say something like that and you lose, it's going to.
The Denver players did not know
headline.
about it till after the game. So anyway, I hear people, that's bulletin board material. They used it as motivation. They didn't know.
They didn't know.
They didn't know.
But now they do know.
Yeah.
And now he's getting buried because of it, but it'll go away.
I'll give a couple St. Louis
That'll go away.
kids a shout out from that Denver team. McCade Webster.
Yeah.
Dave Webster's his dad. Known him for a long time. Cade is a great, great kid. McCade, however you want to call him Cade too.
What is his name?
McCade.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll call him McCade then.
4 years at Denver University, won 2 national championships. His sister just won a national championship playing hockey at Ohio State.
Good for
McKenna, she's sick too. Great field hockey player too, also. So
That's cool.
big shout out to the Webster family, and then Jack Caruso, backup
Yeah,
goaltender.
I saw
man.
that. Hell yeah. Jackie boy, what's up, baby?
So big shout out to both of them.
Damn right.
I'd send my kid there, man,
You would send your kid there?
to Denver
Of
University.
course.
You
Well,
think
yeah,
about all
Andy,
the
of
power
course you would.
schools, though,
Why would
like
you not?
all the schools out east, the BCs, the Boston universities, the traditional teams you have out there, all the Big Ten teams, the Michigans, the Minnesotas, the Notre Dames, all those. Denver University, dude, they're like the top program in the country right now. I mean, obviously they just won, but look at all the Frozen Fours they've been to in recent
they've
years.
been through a lot. Be a
They
cool school
keep
to go
winning. All they do is win. Jim Montgomery, ton of winning. David Carl, the head coach there. Now this guy's winning. Somebody's going to hire that.
Isn't that funny? Andy's like, I'll send my kid to Denver. Well, no shit, you wouldn't.
Well, I don't know what else is going on at that school
like,
besides
well,
the
whatever.
hockey
Like,
program.
you're like, you would?
It's a very expensive school.
Yeah, you'd send your kid there. Of course
Yeah,
you would.
Very expensive school.
Well, hopefully you get
But
for free.
but this Carl guy, man, his brother was a good player back in the day.
Yeah.
He had an injury as to why he had to quit playing. He's going to get David Carl, man. He's going to get somebody's going to hire this guy. Hey, I hear things could get interesting between the Boston Bruins and Jim Montgomery. Pay attention to that.
Yeah, I know. I heard those
Listen
rumors
to
too.
that. We'll see how that plays
We'll see
out.
what happens in the first round here when they play.
Yeah, it's not just that, man. There's contracts and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
You
There's
know?
a lot of things.
I don't know if
going
it's. I mean, it's not really performance based. I mean, obviously they lost last year in the first
on.
round.
Gotta do something this year.
You got to do something. But he's going to want
The
to get
performance
paid
base
too,
could take it
man.
over the edge.
Yeah,
You know, if they lose in the first round
sure.
again.
Don Sweeney doesn't mess around.
No, they got to win and win now. They got a damn good team. You know what I mean?
You think they're good enough to win? See, I don't.
Goaltending?
I don't see them even getting to the conference final.
I think they can.
Well, I think they can. I just don't see it happening.
Well, is that what you asked me?
Are they better than the Rangers? Are they better than Florida?
I
Are they
don't know.
better than Tampa
You gotta
Bay?
understand, like,
are they better than
what superstars are going to go quiet? Because it always happens.
Mhm.
Which ones are going to go quiet? Which guys on your team are going to go quiet in the first round? So every team's going to have somebody that
Are they
just
better
fucking.
than Toronto?
Are they? Who's going to go silent?
Are they better than the Rangers?
I don't know yet.
Are they better than the
Carolina
Florida Panthers?
to
Are they better than Carolina? Are they better than
Tampa.
Tampa Bay? Who are they better than? All right, Cam's got him. Cam's got him in the
Well,
conference.
you
final.
don't have anything anyway. I always look at like anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody can. Like they truly can. Goalie can get hot. Goalie can get cold. Your star player doesn't fucking show up. We'll see what happens, man. And there's a lot of games going on tonight, so we can't really dig into it too much.
All right, so
The only team I don't want Detroit anywhere near playoffs. They're just not. They don't do it for
Detroit
boring.
Washington annoys me too.
Well, Washington too. God, who got fucking Jensen? Oh my God, I've gotten hit like that before.
Have you?
Where you're coming up to the blue line or the red line,
Mhm.
you're just trying to get in. You kind of open your fucking hips up like this, and somebody comes in front of you
Ugh.
and launches you, and you can't stabilize yourself, and you hit the board so hard, he got knocked right out. And then Osh and Ovi, there's a pileup right there. He's knocked out right in the ice. Osh and Ovi come off the bench and stand in front of him just to keep everybody away so they don't fall on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought they were going to boot it out of the game for that, but I don't
No,
think they
the referee
did.
I think would understand what they're doing.
Yeah, like, no, you're protecting.
Like,
now, if you came out there and started throwing punches, you're going to get 10 games.
It's Obi and Osh.
And they're like, they're protecting him. Dude.
Sure.
He was knocked out. Who hit him?
Knocked out.
Wow, that was a nasty hit.
The
The boards and the puck are the most dangerous things on the ice.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Andy?
Oh, dude, and the glass.
The boards and the puck are the
Well,
most difficult.
you hit my head into the glass, dude. I just know what it feels
And he
like.
got hit one time. I'm just telling you, like, those boards will hurt you. That puck hurts you more than anything else.
The puck. The frozen puck.
Oh, right in your ankle. Like, bam! Like,
100 miles an hour.
And then you're in the locker room, like, oh God. And you're like, I got to take my boot off. No, don't take your boot off.
No, you think your leg fell off.
Don't take your boot off. It's going to swell up. Keep your boot on. Keep your boot on.
So keep it on.
Oh, God. The puck and the boards. Scariest thing going.
Dude. firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Use our link. I like the fruits and the greens, man. I'm drinking those all weekend long. The protein, the bars.
Oh, I needed those hydration
the
packs.
collagen. I just got the strawberry hydration.
They're damn good.
And I got my kids drinking the kids protein shakes.
Yeah.
I gave him one before his baseball game yesterday.
That's cool.
And
I saw him hit a dinger.
Yeah, he has some good hits.
A double.
Good hits. Well, they don't allow you to
go all the way
go
around?
past second.
Yeah.
He could have
He
gotten.
hit a dinger.
He could have gotten third.
He turned on
opposite way too, actually.
Yeah.
I
saw it.
Yeah, he likes baseball, man. I wish I could commit more to like the other sports too. To like maybe make him good at some of the other sports. You just never know.
You know.
But it's hard to like do that. To commit to all that time,
shit.
dude.
I get that.
Only so many hours in the day, Cam.
I did take those hydration packs on vacation with me, man. Every time I got in the morning, before my coffee, I just
really
crush that.
Well, I take them at noon. Usually after 12 noon.
I do it in the morning, maybe at night, and then in the morning.
I don't eat till 12 noon. Usually.
I know you don't.
Okay.
We know you don't. And you don't eat meat, and this and that and the other. But then when I
just
talk
made
to
a
Andy
hell of
about
a
eating
steak.
meat, Andy's not comfortable with himself, you know? Like he's not comfortable with a couple things. Like he doesn't eat meat. And so anytime he's on the radio show with me or anything like that, I bring it up. He's like, I do. You're lying to the people.
Cam's
Why don't
not
you just
comfortable.
admit it?
Cam's not comfortable with himself. He can't even.
Yeah,
go,
right. I tell you about everything about
He
myself.
can't even go.
I'm the most open book going.
He can't go to the tanning bed.
I'm the most open book in the league, and I'm hardcore.
Go tanning by yourself.
I talk about all kinds of shit.
Go tanning by yourself.
I talk about everything.
Andy
won't even admit that he doesn't eat meat.
Cam's going tanning.
It's the weirdest thing. Like be confident in yourself.
Will you stop?
Be confident in yourself.
Very confident. Well, that confidence.
Admit it.
Well, that confidence.
No, you do and you don't. Like you're overly confident in multiple things, but then like some of the things that are unique about you, like being a vegan and whatnot, like you don't really admit it. Like you are, but you don't like admit it when I bring it up for some reason. You know, who cares? It's like I don't eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Like what?
I eat protein.
Yeah, you do. I don't. Yeah, that's about it though.
Yeah, a lot of protein.
That's about it.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. But get it all. And you listen, they got everything. They got vegan bars too at First Form too.
I haven't tried those yet.
I gave you one actually one time.
I didn't eat it.
Are you afraid to eat it?
No, I just don't. I'm not. I don't know. I'll eat this protein stick instead.
Yeah.
This one has cheese in it. It's really good.
Oh, so good.
It's just like an easy
Ty
snack.
eats those, man.
It's an easy snack if you're on a lake.
Yeah.
It's an easy snack between periods. It's just an easy snack. You're fucking driving, like I'm starving. I don't want to stop anywhere. Like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's they're damn good.
Very easy. 20 grams of protein in those. But the listen, man, the hydration, all of it. They have that new flavor, that strawberry flavor hydration is just
and the
absolutely
kiwi,
incredible.
They got a couple different ones.
Illinois Recovery Center, Cam, IRC, baby.
Man, oh man, right there in Swansea, Illinois. Chrissy Pondoff, Eric Conley, damn good job over there, man. They're helping people every single day. And they're helping families. It's not just the person, it's the whole family that you're helping. You know what I mean?
And friends.
Like if when I go there and I watch those two talk to the patients, it's not just like, hey, how are you? No, they like get in deep and they talk like they're their friend. And it's so comforting. And that's all you want at that moment in your life when you're there. And you're just trying to crawl this hell that you've created usually for yourself.
Yeah.
Like most of the time you blame yourself, just like I do, getting in all that. Although maybe I was 20, 21 years old in a house in Jersey by myself and I got hurt and I had 170 fucking painkillers and no one to talk to because the team's out of town for 2 weeks and you're not part of the team. So I ate those things like Skittles. And so I got addicted. That happens. It happens to a lot of people. But those guys are there to help you, man. They truly are. They got a nice bed waiting for you. That place is great. They're going to deal with the insurance. They'll talk about all the bullshit that goes into it. They'll set you up, and they'll take care of you. You got to get in now. The Illinois Recovery Center. Chrissy Pondoff, Eric Conley. Hell yeah. Damn good work.
800-743-0971. If you need help getting in touch with Eric or Chrissy, message me, and I can help you get in touch with them. Cam, I've been watching this. There's a TikTok, and she goes by Mama Ray. Mama J. Ray.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how it came up.
Don't waste people's time.
I don't know how it came up.
Don't waste the people's time.
But all she does is film herself basically like making her husband's lunch or her kids' lunch, and she puts a lot of like unhealthy foods in there, and like not intentionally, she just does it. And she gets chirped like you've never seen. And like she gives her husband so much food for lunch and her kids so much food for lunch. She's like this big lady, and she goes by, she's a low middle class mom is what she says, you know. So she's kind of like, you know.
Well, sometimes shitty food's the only thing you can afford.
I know, but she's very, you know, she defends herself big time. But she was telling her story the other day about how she, her husband was, or her father was in prison her whole life growing up. Her mom worked multiple jobs raising 4 kids. She had a baby at 16. She dropped out of high school, and she's now got like 4 or 5 kids, whatever. And 6 years ago, she just celebrated her 6th year of sobriety from painkiller addiction.
Oh, God.
And she does these, now she's a content creator, dude.
I didn't know where you're going with this story, because sometimes I don't know what you're talking about.
Now she's a content creator.
You don't know what's cool and what's not.
Now I look at it a little bit differently. I'm like, okay, you do your thing. She's got 125,000 followers on TikTok.
I get that.
I know it's not for everybody. People chirp her. They make fun of her.
What's it called? I'm going to check this out now.
Mama Ray.
All right.
R-A-E.
All right.
And so give Mama Ray, what's up, Mom? You keep making them lunches, girl.
Yeah, girl. Good job on getting off those goddamn demon painkillers. Ugh.
There's like I
still got people texting me.
There's like one bathroom in her house. She got to clean the bathroom and shit like that.
Yeah.
She films herself doing that too. It's very, I mean,
I kind of like that.
I just watch
it's
it.
real.
Mama
I like
Ray.
real.
I like real too.
I don't like fake ass. Everybody's like perfect. Your family's perfect. Everybody's perfect. Fuck that. I want to see like fucking imperfect shit.
She's like making lunch.
I want to see people have problems that I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see perfect shit. I want to know what real is. Like, show me your real life.
She's like, Go-Gurt, Chex Mix. You know,
that's not bad.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just saying. Like, she just makes the lunches.
Man, I remember like being in Windsor.
Mama Ray, man.
I remember being in Windsor hanging out with my buddies, you know. It was like a poor part. Hung out with some of these kids that had like poor families. And I'd go in their house. And they got like fucking 5 kids running around, young kids.
No clothes.
Everybody's no clothes on, smoking fucking darts in the house.
Oh yeah, kids are smoking.
I go they're like, Cam, they love me. Like, Cam, I'm gonna cook you some food. I'm like, I look at the food. It's this grease dumping in this grease. Like
they save the grease.
They save it. Well, yeah, you do that because you don't just dump grease out. You have to save grease.
Where do you put it?
You can put it in
a canister, coffee canister.
Yeah, you can save grease, but it was all grease filled. Everything like the nastiest. I'm like, God damn,
it's
man,
disgusting.
It was the most disgusting.
When you make like stuff that has heavy grease, you're not supposed to put it down your drain and
Hell
your sink.
no.
So what do you do with it?
You let it. you let it sit out, and you could take a towel and you could scoop it all up, or you dump the grease into a coffee can, or you take
and reuse it.
No, throw it away. I don't reuse grease. What do I look like to you? But some people do. A lot of restaurants do too. Because more grease you have. There's restaurants that cook burgers in the same grease for 100 fucking years. 100 years.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, it is.
Is that Wagyu?
They take these little burgers and they dump it, like they fry the burgers that way in the grease that they've had for 100 years.
I need some Wagyu, man.
Wagyu beef?
Like 100
Don't
age.
waste. Why would you waste it?
100-year age.
Put it in the freezer
Wagyu.
and then put it on the Traeger. You know.
I was going to bring you a steak for your birthday, actually.
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Kate and I are going to
Are you going to have a seafood boil?
Yeah.
Where, is somebody having one?
No, I'll go to a restaurant.
Well, I might come and show up.
It's not that expensive. It's not like a big.
Where are you going,
dude?
It's
this place right on 44 in Lindbergh. It's just like it's like Crawfish Boil, like a restaurant.
What?
Yeah, it's probably not the best, but I don't care. I'm just craving.
Captain D's?
No, God, no. That's a fast food place. They don't have seafood boil. It's a fast food place.
Okay.
This place, you just like order like, boom, I want fucking sausage. I want lobster tail. I want king crab legs. I want crawdaddies.
Take a picture of
I want them crawdaddies. And I want medium heat. I don't want hot heat like I did last time because I was sweating my ass off last time. Like, oh, God. Then my stomach got beat up.
Take a picture of that.
I will.
All right. Illinois Recovery Center, 800-743-0971.
Yeah.
Man, call them today. They got a beautiful bed waiting for you right now.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Out there in
IRC,
Swansea.
baby. Swansea, Illinois.
Hat launch, man. Cam, every hat tells a story, does it not?
It does. You're damn right it does.
And they are the #1 source in America, dude, for custom hats. Great content on Instagram, too, man.
They do
Give them a shout out. What up, Danny boy?
What up, Danny?
Say hi to Jordan, too.
Jordan, what up, homie?
Hat launch, man. We're going to have some hats coming out very, very soon. They make T-shirts and all that type of stuff, too. So
They're the best in the business. St. Louis people right there, baby.
But they make custom hats all over the world, dude.
Yeah.
So you need a custom hat for, give an example why you might need a hat.
A bachelor party or a golf tournament or
Baseball
a fantasy
team.
camp or a blah, blah, blah.
Company,
or whatever.
restaurant that sells
what
hats.
Chaser just did, you could have a fucking hat everywhere for
if you're
the alumni.
a restaurant, you sell merchandise at the front of the restaurant.
You know, you have a podcast.
Dude, get some hats from Hat Launch.
Damn right. Best in the business.
Hatlaunch.com. Did I see that they have a company called Shirt Launch coming out too?
Dang.
I saw something about Shirt Launch.
They got a lot of stuff going on. Those are entrepreneurs right there, baby. I love it.
Entrepreneur what?
Entrepreneur. Did I say it wrong?
Entrepreneur. Yeah.
Preneur. Did I say preneur?
Entrepreneurs.
And them entrepreneurs. No, they're cool as shit. And they are, though. Yeah. They created this business and doing damn good.
Hat Launch, baby.
Damn right. I love it.
America's #1 source for custom hats. And they're great quality, too. Hat Launch.
Your hat looks really
big today.
Fucking big on you.
I know.
And the other day, like, Andy had this hat on. Because Andy wears hats because I wear hats, I think.
No, I just like
Andy's got hair.
Like,
you should just wear your hair. Like, it's like, but your head, Andy's got those big flat bills. That's what I like because I got a big head. His head's tiny. So now people message me about how small your head looks all the time. And I got to.
Women continue
and you're clogging up my goddamn.
Women continue to message me.
Yeah, you're clogging.
No, the women are messaging.
No, they like when I chirp you.
That's not true.
No, it's not good for you. If the reason the compliment they get about you is that they like to hear me chirp you, it's not.
I wanted
to
support my boys over at Victor Hockey today too.
It's too big. Like it goes way too.
Well, this one's bigger, but I keep it.
You
loose.
You need a boy's size.
I keep it loose.
The child size.
The child size. Cam at Bellman Automotive, you get what?
Swinging dicks.
Explain what a swinging.
Man, a swinging dick is just a fucking Hoosier that comes out and he's just like, oop the day. And he kind of creeps your girl out and he brags about himself and he's loud and he's this and he brags about what kind of cars he has. He's just obnoxious.
Really? He's doing
you guys
all
know
of that?
Yeah. And you know that when you go to some of these places, man, they're just like, boop, they're cocky as shit. They're not sweet to deal with. They're not like easy to talk to. They're annoying and obnoxious and they turn your fucking wife off and they turn you off. And you don't get that at Bellman. Mm-hmm. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I know your fucking husband. I used to beat his ass nice. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I'm a hockey player too.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Nope.
Sell me the fucking car. Give me the best deal I can get. Don't brag to me about your high school days. You know.
But at Bellman, they've got Buick GMC on one side of the street. On the other side, Cam, it's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Cam's looking at that pink Jeep. Small wheels, 2-door,
I don't fit
soft top.
But like you say that, I drive a Buick. I would drive a Buick. They drive like a goddamn Cadillac.
I'd drive a Buick in a heartbeat.
They're nice.
They have beautiful Buicks. You like that Enclave, the frosted white tan captain seats?
I got to look at that thing, but the Buicks are nice. They are.
Yeah, who said they aren't?
Well, I think they have a weird reputation of being an older.
Not since Tiger.
Exactly. Since Tiger jumped in the mix, and if you drive a Buick, they're really nice,
No,
and they're relatively inexpensive.
You can take it to the golf course.
Yeah.
You can take it all over.
God, imagine Andy at the Masters. The Masters is they're anal about everything. They fucked up. They chirping Jason Day had a weird loud shirt on. They wanted to take his shirt off.
Oh, God.
Imagine Andy at the Masters. Like, you would be booted out so
Why?
Because you would like be loud and you would drop things and you would step on the fucking thing hard.
My buddy just went there for the practice round this past week. First time, he said it was incredible. I know a guy who's like one of the big time monster chefs for a bunch of PGA golfers. He owns Revel Kitchen here in town, great restaurant. Motown Pizza too is another great spot too. But he's like Ricky Fowler, all these guys. So all these golfers, they like rent like a house just for him to cook at.
Yeah, no, I know. So
it's like their restaurant they go to. Then they live in their own house where they live for the week, whatever. You know, they rent houses and stuff like that.
So
I'll give a shout out to Revel Kitchen. We'll get Revel Kitchen.
Yeah, just keep bringing up sponsors that aren't sponsors. But anyway,
we need to get Revel Kitchen on here actually.
Anyway,
so if you want to go to the Masters next week, next year, I'll take you there.
Nah, it's not my jam.
No, we'll go to a practice round.
Nah, I don't need to do that.
And then we're gonna go eat.
I see golfers every day. I don't need to see that
with the golfers.
Don't need to do it. Although it's relatively cheap. Like the food, once you pay for all the stuff,
dude, it's like $4 for dinner.
It's like from the 90s,
yeah,
early
but
90s.
He was like, dude, I got dinner for me and my dad, and it was like $4.
It's not my scene. The waste management, not my scene. It's not my scene.
At Waste Management, you get what?
Swinging dicks.
Yeah.
You know.
At Bellman, you don't get any.
You don't get swinging dicks. The Waste Management, the guys are falling in the mud like, they're like hugging on girls.
Say hi to
dresses.
Danny boy.
Danny, what up?
And Dale.
Get back to fucking work.
And Kenny, baby.
Kenny. Hey, Kenny, what's up, man?
Tyson Nash. Episode 286. Thanks for listening to the Cam and Strick podcast, baby.
Yeah.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/camandstrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/camandstrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. What up, Nasher?
How we doing, boys? Well, not me. I got a trip at 1:30 in the morning, so I'm trying to get my bearings. Got to get my hair on sideways, so I'm happy to be here, though.
God, his hair looks thick.
Are you tan? Cam wanted to see how tan you are today.
Take your shirt off real quick. Let me evaluate you. You might be losing that tan.
I'm like a beef jerky stick with eyes.
Yeah. How's everything going, man? How's the year? Are you like ready to chill out? Like, what's your mindset seem like?
What's my mindset?
Yeah.
Have you seen what's swirling around this organization right now?
Yes, I have.
My mindset. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. It was a great year. I mean, I got the best job in all of pro sports, and I love what I do. I love the way we travel. I'm on a private plane. I don't get beat up anymore. I'm talking about hockey. I'm watching a game for a living. Work with amazing people. But obviously we've been hit with a hammer here. So lots of rumors, lots of speculation, and we're just all trying to digest what could and what may happen.
Yeah, but Nasher, like mentally, are you worn out with all of this? I mean, this has been going on. It's not like it just started a week ago. We talked to you about this last time you came on with us, man. This has been going on for years and years and years. The speculation, the lack of the solid foundation from an ownership standpoint in the community, in that market to be able to get stuff done. Are you just worn out with it, man? Have you gotten to a point where you're saying, hey, just let me know what's going to happen next year? Enough with the games.
Yeah, I think at this point, all of us just want to know, good or bad, are we staying or are we going? And no one has officially told us what is really going to happen. Obviously, I got a pretty good feeling of what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, it's been a grind. It really has. And if this happens, it's absolutely so sad. Sad for the community, sad for all the kids, all the hockey fans here in Arizona, because whether people outside of Phoenix or Arizona realize it's a really amazing hockey market. We have some passionate hockey fans. We just have never had a building in the right place in this city that makes it work, right? But it has been a grind. I've been doing this job for this is my 18th year, and there's been ownership issues after ownership issues. Lack of a building. We got kicked out of Gila River Arena. They ripped up the 14-year lease. We were forced to go to the Mullet with 5,000 fans. Not ideal, hence the situation we're in right now. But it is, I think it's wearing on everybody. I always been the ultimate optimist, and I always thought that this ownership group was going to get it done. You believe them when the drawings come out. You're excited. You have that renewed energy and excitement all over again. Thinking, all right, we're going to have this beautiful facility in the perfect spot. Our team is rolling to exactly where it needs to be. Bill Armstrong, our coaching staff, all the pieces are in place, right, to build what you guys have had, which is a Stanley Cup eventually. And I know we're 5-6 years away from that, but we're certainly on the right trajectory.
Let me ask you about like your family and other people's family too, because people don't realize like sometimes, they don't know what internal shit's going down. Some don't, some do, some probably don't. But like they got kids stuff to deal with. Like, does your wife and family realize what's going on right now? Was it a wake up call from them, or did they already kind of have a glimpse of maybe this could go down eventually?
Yeah, I mean, you hear all the rumblings, right? You just think it's never going to happen, and then all of a sudden, boom! When you hear those rumors, and that this truly could happen, and people are preparing for it to happen, it hits you like a hammer. And there's a human element to it, right? Like the players, these kids are all 19 to 30, right? And you feel bad for them. It's a huge disruption, all that stuff. But the people that I think about that come immediately to mind are the guys, and you guys have dealt with this, you guys deal with it every day, the guys who park your cars, the security guards, the guys you high five on the way into the rink, the people that depend on this extra and these jobs to put food on the table and to make a living. And then on top of that, you got kids. And I mean, my kids were so upset the other day. We grew up here. They all grew up here in Arizona, basically. Played all their hockey here. This is the team they cheer for. That's all they've ever known. And I know hockey is going to be fine here because there's such deep roots. But eventually it's gonna take a dip. It's gonna take a dive, because if this team does move, you don't have a team to cheer for. So the 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds right now, if this team goes next year, they're going to have no NHL team to cheer for. And that's sad to me. And the biggest thing for me too, you guys, is the players will be fine. They're making millions of dollars. Half of them aren't going to be here in 2-3 years anyway. They're going to go off to another team. They're going to sign a bigger contract. They're going to move on. But I do think about guys, like myself and my family, and, ultimately the community. Do you know how much money? I'm talking like 10, 20, 30, like hundreds of millions of dollars have been given from the Coyote to the community, to the Kids Foundation, to cancer, to all these charities. And that goes away. That money's now gone. Hockey is the best game in the world, and Arizona could lose their NHL hockey team. And there's always going to be hockey here. There's going to be the Roadrunners. There's going to be ASU, but it's not NHL hockey. And that is going to crush this city for sure.
Tyson, why do you think this ownership group and the president, why haven't they been able to create the relationships necessary to get it done?
I mean, honestly, I got to be careful. I don't know the business side of it, and I don't want to speculate on everything that's transpired, what's happened. I mean, you hear rumors, you hear rumblings. I don't go to the office. I refuse. That's what makes my job so great. I show up at the rink every day, which is a happy place, right? And I put a smile on, and I go between the benches, and I do my job. and I love my job. But there's the ugly business side of it, right? And as a hockey player, we deal with contracts. You know, we deal with little business things. This is, like I said, it's literally a hammer. I mean, we're sitting around the media table yesterday, and there's 10 of us, and we're just looking at each other like, is this really happening? I can't even wrap my head around what could come down here in the next few days. And ultimately, we're not privy to any of that information. Bill Armstrong flew in the other day and addressed the team, which had to happen. Bill's obviously the leader of this group. And I don't even think he knows fully what is going to happen. We know what potentially could happen, but again, no one's really said anything either way to the players or to ourselves.
Hey, Tyson, will you go with the team? Like, have you already made that decision internally in your mind? Like, if they go to Salt Lake, you're going to head there with them?
Well, I would love the opportunity. You know, I know Ryan Smith a little bit. He's up in Idaho with us in the summertime, so I've met him. I don't think he'd know me from a hole in the wall, but I'm hoping to get to know him this summer if, in fact, this does happen. I got to put food on my table, right? I love what I do. I am so passionate. I love this team. I love this group. I love where we're headed. I would love to be thrown into the fire, but again, you guys wouldn't believe it. I've got a few calls from guys around the league that are like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know up front that I'm going to put my name in the hat." And I'm like, "Buddy, the body's not even cold yet. Like, at least, you know, like, give this some time, please." Like, everyone wants my job. It's the best job in the world. You know, you're involved in hockey. So, yeah, I would love to go to Salt Lake if it happens. But ultimately, nobody knows what's going to happen.
They're not going to find another guy with your tan and your hair. Are you out of your damn mind?
I can't believe somebody would call you and say that.
Who did that?
The toupee's looking good, eh, Cam? I got
look
the XL
good.
Up.
I'm writing a note and telling him how good you look, just so you know. God damn. That must be brutal, though. Like,
no side profiles. It's in my contract, so I don't want to scare the fans.
Shit, man. That sucks, though. Like, people are like, "Hey, man, I know what's going on. I know it's, everything's up in the air right now, but I'm throwing my
job.
I might take your job." Like, that's
it's kind of
that's
gutless.
a wake up call.
Kind of gutless.
It is gutless. It's not. I mean, we laugh about it, but it's like, damn. I don't know.
I mean, you get it too, right? I mean, like, people want it. I mean, there's 32 of them in the league. You travel around, you travel good. Everyone wants to be a part of the National Hockey League. It's the best league in the world, but that's also what makes it so sad. Is this city could lose their team? Like, imagine, put yourselves, and I'm sure you have. Imagine if the St. Louis Blues left. I mean, no, we're not the St. Louis Blues here in Arizona, but you lose your team. I mean, what that would do to the kids and everyone in the community that is, relies on this team and the entertainment. And I mean, it's NHL hockey.
Well, if they would have went to Saskatoon, and what year was that, Andy?
80s.
Shit, maybe I wouldn't have started playing, and all these other kids would have fucking been like, "I don't care about hockey. I like the Cardinals. I'm not." We got into hockey because my parents took us down to Blues games, and we watched all you fucking guys do your thing with your hair flowing in the wind. And I'm like, I want to be that. Like, imagine if that wasn't there, maybe we wouldn't have done that. So, yeah, there's a trickle-down effect for sure, man. It's kind of sad. It truly is.
Yeah. It is. And I can't imagine. I'm sure the city of Salt Lake is just absolutely on fire right now. Because why wouldn't you be? You're going to get an NBA basketball team, you get an unreal owner, and now the potential of an NHL franchise. I mean, that is absolutely huge for them. But man, does it suck for Arizona and Phoenix and Scottsdale and now all these mayors are in a full panic mode. They're like, "Oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. No, we don't want you to go." I'm like, it's too late, man. It might be too late. Like, you possibly could just have lost your NHL team. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand both sides of it. But it certainly played a huge role in where this team is currently at right now. And it is sick and it is sad.
Wait, you're telling me that these mayors, like, who have come out and said, "Hey, not under my watch.
Yeah.
You can't build an arena here." Now they're backpedaling and being like, "I didn't mean it. It's okay if you want to build an arena here."
1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, it is sad. And it's disgusting, is what it is. They're all big and tough and flapping their lips, but now look what could potentially happen to your city. I mean, you just downgraded your city by losing. If that's what happened, by losing your NHL team, and I can't tell you again. I keep beating us to death, but the kids, man, going to these rinks. I mean, their passion here. Look at the young hockey players that we pumped out of here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, go down the list. And I'm not talking just about Austin Matthews. I mean, we're seeing Josh Doan now, who's got 9 points in 10 games. Matthew Knies in Toronto. These are home-built, bred Scottsdale, Arizona hockey players, and there is so many more to come. And that is sadly going to go away if this team moves. I mean, it just is.
Well, what were the mayors saying when they said that they didn't want the team? Like, what was their reasoning behind that initially?
Well, I think they got beef with obviously our ownership group. The Scottsdale mayor didn't want it going in Phoenix, right beside Scottsdale. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know they were pretty hard on our ownership group, calling him a rookie developer. I mean, you guys saw the plans. I mean, you couldn't mess that thing up. You couldn't mess it up in a million years. That plot of land, where it is, where it was, and putting that rink and that facility there. And the sad part is, if our owner doesn't buy it, someone else is going to buy it. Right. Someone else is going to do something just as big and just as congested as far as traffic and all the stuff that they were complaining about. That's still going to happen. It's going to go on. I mean, the land in Arizona, it's the most beautiful place in the world to play. You guys know that. Every Olympic break, every All-Star break, NHL players come here by the busloads to soak it all up. And all we needed here was a rink in the right place, and it would boom. And, I don't know if that's going to happen now.
Hey, Nasher, listen, I've been told, players, they're sick of being the laughing stock of the league. Everything they read about, you don't read about the up-and-coming players that they have. The fact that, Logan Cooley, whatever, he may be at 20 goals now, certainly was right there. Gunther approaching 20. You got star power in Clayton Keller. You never hear about any of that. You just hear about the shitty-ass building. They're playing in this, NCAA rink. Do you sense, because I've been told the players are just like, hey, listen, they don't want to, even if they were to say, hey, we're going to build this rink, they got approval, but it's not going to be ready for 3 years. You're going to have to play in Mullet Arena for the next 3 years. I hear the players are like, no, I'm not playing in there for another season. It's not happening. They're ready to go, man. They just want to get out of there. You mentioned they're not going to be there much longer anyway, but they want to feel like NHLers, man. You've been in that position before where you give everything you have growing up to become an NHL player, and then you get there. You want to feel like you're playing in the National Hockey League. Do you get the sense the players are just ready to move on and just go?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you have to understand from the business side of it, right? And I think the players do, even though they're so young, they recognize it. Obviously, they don't want to play there forever. But if there is a future rink coming in, then you can swallow that, right? But if there's no signs of that happening, then I understand where the NHL's at and Gary Bettman, that this just can't work here. I mean, how do you share with the other NHL teams that have the capacity to run business as they need to? I mean, we got 5,000 fans. I mean, you just can't do it. So long term, short term, different story. But right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be short term. So you can understand the business side of it. I don't worry about the young players. They should just be happy to be in the National Hockey League, right? I think the real issue that Bill Armstrong deals with on the day-to-day is you want to make tweaks. You want to add players to the Coyotes mix, but they're not going to bring in, the Noah Hannafins and the free agents out there this summer that their agents just won't allow it. The players don't want to come to an arena with 5,000 people. We've already been there. They don't want to do that in the National Hockey League, especially if there's no rink on the horizon.
I know the owner, I guess, there's rumors out there that he didn't pay some hotel bills and things like that. And with that, when you read things like that as a fan, I'm sure you're thinking of the movie Major League, where they downscale their plane and all of a sudden they're on a bus. Did any of that kind of stuff happen on the plane where you're eating bologna sandwiches now instead of fucking, you know what I mean? You're drinking RC Cola instead of Coke. Any of that shit happen?
Are you staying in the Red? Are you staying in the Red Roof Inn?
Are you staying in La Quinta Inn? I'm just asking.
You know what? No.
Are you flying on Frontier Airlines?
Spirit? God.
I hate Frontier. I hate Frontier. No, honestly, we travel. That's the crazy part is you. I mean, I hear the rumblings as you guys do, but these guys, I mean, we travel as good as any team in the league. I mean, we really do. Our plane is beautiful. It's all customized. They got card tables. They got every seat is massive and, you know, first class. They all recline. I mean, we travel. We're in Ritz-Carlton. No one is complaining about how the Arizona Coyotes travel. That's for sure. It's really just the rink. And even our ownership group, though, they put in billions of dollars into the ice center, into the practice facility to make that NHL quality, as well as the mullet. If you go in there and look at their locker room, you know, just the upstairs, all of it. It's the gym. It's absolutely first class. It's just the rink right now and the 5,000 fans that really hurts. Obviously, it doesn't look good. The narrative is certainly there, but no, we travel really well. And the ownership group has been good to me. They really have. I can't say a bad thing about them. So I would have just loved to know that the rink is coming, but unfortunately right now it's not.
Listen, I'm glad you could laugh at it because, like, we're not laughing at you, man, or the players, man. No. It's not your guys' fault. You guys have nothing to do with this. But, you know, and I'm glad you could kind of set the record straight. But you also understand, like, by leaving Gila River, from what I understand, like you lose the parking, you lose the concessions, you lose the merchandise, you lose like all this revenue, these revenue streams that maybe you once had. You got free ice, you can skate with everyone. Everything changes now by going to this mullet arena and getting out of there. And you got to understand where the other owners are probably coming from when they talk to Gary Bettman. They're probably like, hey, listen, like, well, what if the Arizona Coyotes had to like host a playoff series? They got to play playoff games in a 5,000 seat arena. Like this can't go on any longer. Like, do you understand where the other owners are coming from?
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, again, that's the business side of it, right? It comes down to numbers. And Gary, what this guy has done, and as players, we were taught to hate this guy, like literally hate him with a passion. And now that I'm out of the game, as a player, what we did, I mean, we should be like bowing down to this guy. What he's done, how he's grown the game. The players have never made more money ever in the history of it. And the pensions that they have, all of it. Gary Bettman knows. And he's got everyone's best interest at heart, but sure, like specifically the owners. That's why he makes the money he does, and he is worth every penny of it, just because of how he's grown the game. But for the Coyotes, and what people also forget, it's a bad deal for both. If we were still at Gila River Arena, I think this team is still here.
Yeah.
Until the arena does get built. And an owner fails and doesn't secure the land, then obviously that's a different conversation at the end of June and going into July. But people forget that when Gila River found out that we were looking for a new place and a new home for the Coyotes, they ripped up that 14-year lease. I mean, there was a lot of this going on between our ownership group and between the management group of Gila River, but they both lost. We all lost in this. They have an empty building, and I'm sure they're hemorrhaging money right now because the Coyotes aren't there. So that's no good for them. And we're playing in a 5,000-seat arena, and now we're potentially going to have to move because of it. You know, and I don't know what the revenue share is. I heard that the Coyotes are out of it next year. So that obviously plays a big part. That would be a big chunk of change that the Coyotes are not going to get. TV deals changed. So there's obviously, you know, a lot of losses coming for the Coyotes if they stay in Mullet Arena without the fan support.
Yeah, you lost the Bally deal too. I mean, nobody knows that more than you do. You know, just in terms of how you're even like broadcasting, man. Yeah, it's bad. But I will say this, man. You can speak on it. You mentioned, you know, Shane Doan's son. It's probably your godson. You know, you've known him since the day he was born. You know what I mean? So, like, it's got to be cool to see him like excel at the NHL level. Because, you know, I will say this on the outside looking in. Now, listen, I knew he was a talented player, but sometimes you question it when a hometown team drafts another player. You're like, okay, is this like, Are they just drafting him because his last name is Doan? So for his sake, man, I love the fact that he's coming up, just one-time goals like he had the other night, whatever. I mean, he's a legit talent and obviously belongs in the NHL. Glad to see him having success. But you've got some younger players, man. I mean, the team, that there is a foundation there. I think if they go to Salt Lake, to be honest with you, it's a completely new ball game now for Bill Armstrong, who now like spend to the cap. Now it attracts free agents. You can bring in some veteran players who can play and help support the guys that you have in place right now.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I would imagine, because we've been in full rebuild mode, I would imagine that that the new ownership group at Salt Lake, I mean, they want to push this thing forward. They want to take that next step, and they have the money to do it. And I would imagine, you know, first year in Salt Lake, that they're going to want to be good. They're going to want to put themselves back on that map, right? And again, though, you know, back to the Josh Doan thing, I mean, that's another thing, right? And it's like Shane Doan now is lost. If this team moves, I mean, think of that. The history of the Coyotes, like his jersey's hanging in Gila River Arena right now.
Yeah.
That all goes away. The story doesn't matter in Salt Lake anymore with him and Josh Doan and that connection, right? Where it matters here. Like, you should have seen the ovation, standing ovation, when Josh Doan scored in his first game. He scores not one goal, he scores 2 goals.
Yeah.
Imagine, think of that pressure that this kid is under. And no, I don't think he had a lot of, you know, adversity, you know, as far as like, you know, grinding it out, you know, like, but this kid has got the last name Doan. And everyone in that building, everyone in the city expected big things. And this kid has delivered. He delivered in Chicago with the Steel, delivered in ASU with the captaincy and the numbers that he put up in Tucson this year. And he comes to Arizona with the Coyotes, and he's got 9 points, you guys, in 10 games.
Yeah.
He's got 5 goals.
No, he's
I mean,
legit.
that was a career for me and you, Cam. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I scored the other night, damn it.
I think he had 26 goals in Tucson this year. I mean, just before he even got called up. So, like, he's got some legitimate game. I mean, you can make the case he probably should have gone in the first round, to be honest with you, the way that he's playing right now. So
And everyone, you guys, to your point, was like, "Oh, it's the last name Doan. They took him in the second round. That's a complete joke. All this stuff." And I'm like, this kid proved everybody wrong. Everybody. Imagine the teams that missed on him. I mean, it's just an incredible story, and he's an incredible kid. And this guy is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He is just like his old man. His mom's an absolute sweetheart, and you see it in this kid. He's going to help change and add to the culture in that Coyotes locker room, along with Dylan Gunther, who is an unreal human being, and what a player. Yeah. I mean, this kid scored 2 more goals last night against the Calgary Flames, got 17, he might hit 20, and he's played 42 games or something. And then Logan Cooley, this guy will be a 40-goal scorer in the league, so Bill Armstrong has knocked it out of the park as far as his draft picks go.
So what about all your fellow Canadians that are kind of pissy about the expansion? Like, you hear about Salt Lake City, you hear about Atlanta, you hear about Houston, but you don't hear about any other Canadian teams getting an expansion team. Like, what do you have to say to them? Like, do you think it would work, another team in Canada?
I think NHL hockey is the best sport in the world. I think it works anywhere on this planet. I mean, it really does. I mean, look at in the U.S., how it's popped off in all these sunshine states, you know, what it's done in Texas, in Vegas and Nevada. I mean, who would have thought? And we can all thank Wayne Gretzky for that, really, when you go back to how this has all evolved. But yeah, I mean, Canada, I would imagine they're upset, and they want another team somewhere in that market. But again, we're just getting ripped in the media, right? Like, all the Canadian media reporters are absolutely ruthless and painful in my mind. I'm like, can you just shut up? Like, seriously, like, cut us some slack. Like, every player wants to live and play in Arizona if we had a rink. And I always say it. Imagine if the Edmonton Oilers were out in Leduc. We're dealing with the same issue. That's Canada. So it's happening in Arizona. It's every day here. You got golf, you got football, you got baseball, you got basketball, you got so many other things to do. So you need to be good. You need to be competitive in this market, but you need a rink, and that's not going to happen. But I can't stand all the these snowbirds to watch their teams. They might not ever be able to do that again. Our rink is packed with, 4,000 Edmonton Oilers fans or Calgary Flames or whoever. That's not going to happen anymore. So you can rip us all you want, but that's a sad, sad thing.
Listen, I went to college at NAU up in Flagstaff, so like we used to go down and watch. I mean, that was when Kachuk and Roenick were all playing and like doing their thing. America West Arena, like, wasn't the best place to watch an NHL game, but it was fine, you know what I mean? And they got fans, and they'd have the whiteout, and they, fans would get into it. When you were playing with the Coyotes, like, were the fans into it when you were there? Like, what happened to the fan base? Because even before they left Gila River, like, nobody was going out there. I know the location had a lot to do with that, but when did things go sideways for the Coyotes? Was it when they moved out there?
Yeah, when we moved out there. I mean, I don't know if you guys came out there ever when we first got there. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're in a farmer's field, and we're like, if you build it, they will come, and that just didn't happen, right? I mean, literally, it just didn't happen. And we had good teams, and when we were good, the fans, they did come. I mean, you saw the playoffs. We went to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, it was packed. We were the talk of the town. The whiteout continued, but again, still, right? Like when America West, it wasn't ideal, but still, like when I was with the St. Louis Blues, that was my first experience, right? I came to Arizona. We were playing Game 7, and I'm in America West as a rookie, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. And then you walk outside, and the weather, the palm trees. I'm like, you can play NHL hockey here? This is the sickest thing in the world. I mean, you're looking head on a swivel. I mean, it is honestly the best place to live in all of the U.S., if you ask me. But that was my first experience, right? I was with the St. Louis Blues. I was a rookie. And we obviously took them down in Game 7. We went on to play the Dallas Stars. That was my first playoff game that I ever played, that next series. But coming to Arizona, I was always so impressed. I remember Keith Kachuk took us to Estancia, his private course here in Arizona in Scottsdale, and I was just blown away. I'm like, I want to live here one day. This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. And took us out to dinner to Mastro's, and I was sold at that point.
What do the players say? Like, if you talk to the players and when they bring up Salt Lake City, are they like, oh, cool, mountainy? Beautiful.
It's hockey weather.
Hockey weather. Are they like, oh, Salt Lake City? Goddamn! Like I don't know. I don't know if I like that place. Or do they know anything about it?
What state is that in?
What are we at here?
They have no clue. They have no clue.
No clue.
They really don't. They're so focused on just the next game or whatever. But I'm sure they're Googling, and I'm sure their wives and girlfriends are all Googling it and like, oh my God. But I want to live here. I've only driven through there about 100 times. And when you're driving, you're blown away how beautiful this is. Mountains up the whole left or right side. The ski resorts, all that. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. But as far as that goes, I don't think anyone knows any more than that. So, it's a big sports town. I do know that. So hopefully, if the Coyotes do move there, it's a big deal.
I remember asking like an NHL player, I was like, hey, what's it like when you got to get traded? You got to get moved and the wife has to move. Is she upset? He was like, listen, hey, you just got to tell your wife, they still have Nordstrom in other cities. They still have yoga in other cities. They got Neiman Marcus in other cities. They got health. You'll be fine, in another city. Everything we have here, they have in other cities.
No, you're right. And the good thing for the players, and that's the other thing, is that when you get traded or you move like this, and not many players have had to deal with something like this if it happens, and you get uprooted, but you have an instant group of 23 guys that you're friends with, your best friends with. That's who you hang out with. Your wives hang out with other wives. I think of, if guys like us have to move, it's like you're ripping your family up and you don't have any friends, right? You're going to a market and now you got to either sell your house or carry 2 mortgages and you're renting in Salt Lake. It's difficult. For sure. And I think everyone right now is just scared to death and they don't even want to think about it. But when you do, there's a lot of anxiety there and you're wondering what's going to happen. But as of Wednesday, I mean, there's going to be, if this happens, there's going to be a lot of people that are unemployed, without medical, without money in this world. Are you kidding me? I mean,
yeah, dude,
you need a paycheck in this world, and a big one just to survive where we're at as an economy. So it's sad, it's scary, and I know a lot of people that I work with are petrified and would love at least the opportunity to go there.
Hey, tell Chaser to stop calling you that he's going to steal your job, by the way, in Utah, okay?
Hey, I know. Chaser knows Ryan Smith really
right.
well.
I bet he does. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Andy.
He's like, I know Ryan from Gaza.
Chaser.
I'm taking Nasher's job.
That's fucking funny, dude.
That wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much, but I'll be giving out back rubs at the comfort station at the golf course too when he comes on by, cleaning his clubs.
That's fucking funny, dude. Hey, so like you watch every game, man. Like you're in the mix big time. Like this year's been pretty damn entertaining, hasn't it? As a whole, as you got goal scorers, you got guys hitting 70, you got coochie,
Fights.
you got fights out the ass, you got emotion. Like, are you expecting these playoffs to be crazy like I am?
Oh, crazy. I love where the game went this year.
Yes.
I mean, that Rempey, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That jersey, the Rempire State Building,
Yeah.
they absolutely nailed it in
Yeah.
New York. And everyone's like, I don't like the stage fighting. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'm like, oh, really? You don't like the stage fighting? I go, have you ever been to Toronto? The only time those people get up on their feet is when there's a big tilt, toe-to-toe, him and Reeves going at it. That was the loudest I've heard Toronto in a long time. I mean, this kid has set the league on fire. And you mentioned the goals, the offense we're seeing. Even for the Coyotes, I think it's the most goals we've scored since like 2003 or something.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous, off the charts. The playoffs, though, first round. I mean, nothing's better than NHL playoffs in the first round. But there's going to be so many good players and good teams that are going to be out of it. I mean, Dallas, Vegas, if they face off. I mean, Tampa, Toronto again. I mean, it's almost sad in a way, but we're going to see some good hockey.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Hey,
man.
has that Zegras ever said anything to you again after? I know he's been hurt, but I was just wondering if you guys ever like talked since you kind of called him out.
Thank you for asking me that.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm telling you, is a piece of work, an absolute piece of work. This year, I'm sitting there. He comes between the benches, and he is just giving it to me. Every word you've ever heard, and some I won't even say because this kid would be in some big trouble. He's making fun of my hair, calling me an old man. After the period, I took my headset off. I chased him down the hallway. I'm like, really? I'm like, how about you be a pro, man? How about you be a pro? I got a job to do. And was I wrong? Was I wrong? Look at this kid now. I mean, it's unbelievable. This kid, I mean, he's got a lot to learn. And I can't imagine Pat Verbeek, the guy that he is, the character that he played with, that he's all that happy. And forget the points. It's just, again, I wasn't wrong. You want to act like that? Again, like I said, you want to embarrass people? You want to act like that? And that's what I said. You want to skill it up? I go, just be prepared. Just be prepared because it's coming. You go into the bar and you slap my wife on the ass, eventually you're going to get it. It's coming.
Yeah, so
Andy doesn't care if you do that.
Yeah, right. Was that this year or last year when you chased him down the hallway?
Was it last year or this year? I can't remember. All the years blend together.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe it was last year.
Okay.
He made fun of your hair?
You're right.
Wait. I love Trevor. He's a good dude, man. He made fun of your hair?
Oh, yeah. It was unbelievable. I was sitting there looking, I'm like, this kid is really giving it to me like this? I'm like, what did I say that was wrong? You acted like a donkey on the ice. You're poking the goalie in a 6-1 game, and you don't think someone's going to come for you? And your boy, Troy Terry, took the brunt of it. I mean, it was yeah.
Hey, we had Pat Verbeek on, man. He was basically said the same thing you said, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, he didn't like it either, and he addressed the team afterwards of how to handle that situation and how you got to stick up for one another and what you have to do. And there's a way of handling yourself in the NHL with that type of stuff. And if you're going to do it, you better be prepared for the consequences.
And what I should have done, and I know you had me on the pod before, but what I should have done is just showed it all game long and what this kid did. It wasn't the goal. we all love the skill of the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Michigan or whatever we call it. It wasn't that. It was how he celebrated. It was how he went by the bench and was, just giving it to our bench. I mean, you do that over and over again, and it was all night long. And you do that, I'm telling you, Cam Jansen is coming for you. I mean, one of us is coming for you. It took Jay Beagle with 4 career fights to do it. So that tells you how bad it was, right? And I never talked about it all game because I didn't want to embarrass the kid and I didn't want to point him out because he's one of the faces of our game. But if you're gonna act like that, it's gonna come for you.
Damn.
Hey man, who's your like Hart Trophy winner for this year? I mean, because you've got Matthews who could score 70, and we don't normally ask these stupid ass questions, but
I'm curious though, too.
But it is the end of the year. You got McKinnon who's been incredible. Kucherov, man, is just like this guy gets 2 or 3 points a game.
Yeah.
He may have the brightest hockey IQ I've ever seen, but like he's up there. Like his hockey IQ is incredible. McDavid's doing his thing. I mean, who do you pick as the MVP of the league this year?
Oh man, I mean, there's so many, right? There's so many amazing stories around the league. I mean, you got to put Sidney Crosby in there, right? I mean, if Pittsburgh gets into the playoffs, I mean, look what this guy has done single-handedly, putting his team on his back and getting them to the playoffs. McKinnon, he's got to be up there for me, but I don't think Kucherov gets enough respect. He runs the table, he runs the show. It's not even close for me. He's not as flashy, obviously, as a McKinnon and McDavid, who are so entertaining and fun to watch. But I gotta maybe throw him and give him the nod.
I just wonder if all the Canadian media who vote, especially those in the Toronto area who are so upset with the way he handled himself at the All-Star game, if that's going to hurt him when they go to make their final vote, Because I kind of get it. I got a kid who's playing, man. Like he was kind of like they all know Kucherov. They want to see Kucherov. I don't think they were that upset about how he handled it, but they were like wondering, hey, why isn't this guy trying in the All-Star game?
Yeah.
I just wonder if that's going to hurt him.
Yeah. I would say it probably would. That kind of slipped my mind. I forgot about that. And it does come down to that stuff, right? I mean, these guys are idols, and kids look up to these players, and you got to carry yourself on and off the ice the right way. I agree with you. That was tough to watch.
He would get my vote, though. I think in terms of the actual on the ice, Kucherov is my Hart Trophy winner.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Who's the most complete team, in your opinion? The most complete.
I think the
Dallas.
I think the Dallas Stars. I mean, watching the amount of games that I do, at least the games that we've played them this year, they don't have a weakness. Their goaltending's solid. Their defense, oh my God, how they move the puck, how they jump up the attack. How do you defend against that? And you look at all their depth scoring up front. They got some grit. They got some grind, which you clearly need in the playoffs. But they're definitely right up there for me. Them in Florida, those teams are 2 of the most complete teams that I've certainly seen. But I love Nashville. And you guys know O'Reilly. I mean, this guy is an absolute savage. You guys had him there in St. Louis. And this is a different purpose with him in the line. I mean, Yotes to be a little more, he goes about his business on the ice. But O'Reilly, this guy is the fire, man. And he makes this team step to another level that you need to win, because he has won before. But I laugh because I'm like, remember when he was at Buffalo? Like, oh, this guy's this and that. You're never going to win with this guy. And look what he has done. I mean, it's laughable.
Hey, hopefully he doesn't, he and Yossi walking down Broadway and they get a fucking chair hit their head from Morgan Wallen. Hey, keep your head on a swivel down there in Nashville. I'm just saying.
You never know it now.
You never know. Good God.
Hey, how many home games do you guys have left? Is it just one? And are tickets really going for over $900 a ticket?
Oh, I've heard way higher than that. I mean, I'm telling you, this is so sad. It just happened. It is so sad. This team goes away. I heard it might even be a whiteout for the last game. We got one game left against the Edmonton Oilers Wednesday night, and I don't even know what to feel. I'm gonna be crying like a baby. I'm sure. Like I'm still in shock that this is happening.
Hey, real quick, I know I asked this kind of, but I'm just curious because, your wife's part of the family, obviously. You guys are a 1-2 punch. You go everywhere together. When she heard Salt Lake City, like, what was her first reaction?
She knows that I love what I do so much. She knows I live and breathe this team and these players. So she's up for anything. I mean, we're at the stage now. We're empty nesters, and she's like, "Hey, whatever you want to do. Honestly, I'm game.
Okay.
You want to go? Let's go. Let's pack up and go. Our kids are all moved out. So we're ready for the next chapter in our lives if that happens. So I mean, you need that support system, right? I mean, she's been with me since I was in grade 8, so she's seen and been through it all. And trust me, I've put her through it all.
Yeah.
You got to have that support. But she's game. I think it's a lot of people are. I mean, again, you need to work. You need to put food on the table.
Fuck yeah.
And I've done this my whole life. I've been doing this for 18 years. I don't know what else I would do or what I'd want to do ultimately.
Yeah, you broadcasted for 18 years, but you played for another whatever, your whole life, man.
Your whole life.
The hockey is your life. No, you got to stay with it. Dude, listen, Park City, you're like moving to like Aspen, Colorado, dude. Like,
it's beautiful.
It could be way worse, man. They could be sending you to some shitty-ass city.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there. And you know what? You can always get back to Arizona at some point,
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And that is the positive, right? It's just... you just think of uprooting everybody and, but it is what it is. It's the diversity. That's what makes people stronger and better humans and better people. And trust me, I've thought about it, what ski hill I'm going to hit first. Cause I love to ski. So we'll see. This nose is very dynamic.
Dude, you'll be skiing left and right.
Hell yeah, you will have a mountain home. Damn right. Hey, so when the season's over in a couple days, what do? You worked your ass off all year. Are you like, okay, honey, I'm going on a vacation by myself. I'm going
to Idaho to meet Ryan.
What are you doing, homeboy? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm going to Idaho to give out some massages up there. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what? I love what I do. I can't get enough of it. So I'm hopefully gonna do some NHL Network for the playoffs. Get up to Secaucus there and have some fun with the boys and talk playoff hockey. I mean, is there anything better than playoff hockey? Then once that dies off, hopefully a little family vacation to reconnect everyone with the family. We're gone so much, right, on the road. And, my wife's been working and the kids been off to school and hockey. So we're going to have a little family time and then make our way slowly up to Idaho for the summer.
Hey, nice. All this talk about the NHL, okay, the Coyotes will move, and then the NHL is going to bring a team back to Arizona. Like, are there people lining up to own the team? Has anybody locally tried to buy the team from Morello to try to save the franchise in the desert? Have you heard anything like that?
Yeah, I'm not privy to all the business deals and what's gone on. I think NDA's been signed on both sides, right? That once we talk about how this deal looks. I've heard that, all they're going to basically freeze the Coyotes for 5 years. So if they do go to Salt Lake, none of the history is going to go with it just yet.
Okay.
It's going to stay in Arizona, and the hopes is that the Coyotes are, going to buy that land, build the rink in the interim, and the Morello group, I should say, and they're going to have a team back in 5 years. They're going to have to pay the expansion fee, which is going to be a pricey one. And the Coyotes get their team back. Gary Bettman kept this team here for as long as he did for one reason, because he knows it works. The analytics say it works. You need the rink in the right place. You need the right product on the ice, which the Coyotes are certainly, we're on the right path to that. Now that might change if it's an expansion team, but that's kind of the rumblings, the rumors that I have heard. So I hope it does happen at some point, that if the team sadly does leave, that eventually they get a team back here, because they deserve one. It's the best place in the world to live.
See, I'm of the belief the Suns and the Coyotes or the hockey team, whoever it's going to, they got to be in the same building. Revive downtown, put the baseball field right next to the arena where the NBA and the hockey team play, and the WNBA team. You know, you put them all in one building. Like, do you know, is that owner of the Suns, like, is he passionate about hockey? Would he want to own a hockey team too? Much like Ryan Smith in Utah.
I have heard that he's been kicking the tires. I mean, again, I don't know. But I mean, how do you not? You know, look at what, you know, Miss Morello bought this Coyotes team for, and what potentially he could sell it for. I mean, there's money there, right? And I know for these owners, owning these franchises sometimes could just be like a piece of artwork, right? And a tax write-off, and you know, all that stuff, because they're so well off. But you know, that could certainly happen. Would it be amazing? Absolutely. To be downtown, you know, where we were when we first came here, would certainly be the right path, I would think. And you don't have to worry about building a new arena, you know, wherever, and all the politics that come with it. So, again, I just hope it happens. I'm in complete shock at where we're at right now, as a group and as a team. I think everybody is, and I don't think no one digests it until the season is probably a week or two over, and you're starting to find the news and where you sit. Because right now we're all in a holding pattern, and that's not fun.
You know, you're right, though. I do feel bad for the people who work for the team on the business side.
Big time.
The hockey side, the scouting staff, management, you guys, players, trainers. It looks like everyone will probably go with the team, you know, but the people who sell sponsorships and tickets and
high-fiving
marketing, you know, I mean, those people, they're the ones that are going to be scrambling, you know?
Yeah, and those are the people that I've kind of got with and reached out to, and, you know, just having conversations, and they're just petrified. I mean, they called me immediately, some of my friends, you know, parking attendants, and, you know, security guards, and, you know, the aisle people that, you know, like just concession workers, like all of it. And that's the human element of this that no one really understands. It's so cutthroat, and you do realize that it's a business, right? And things can happen, and you're just ultimately a piece of meat in the wind, right? And there's you know, stuff that is out of your control that you just got to kind of ride that wave. But it's sad. You think of the medical, you just think of the dollars. Again, it matters, right, for these people. Like the whatever amount they're getting, $100 a game, like it means something, and that's sadly all going to go away. But it's the in the communities, and I know I've said this before, but I can't say it enough, that are really going to lose out, and that's sad.
Hey, one or two more things, man. We'll let you go. Yeah, and we appreciate it. What should we know about that coach you guys have? Like, he's legit, right? I mean, he probably doesn't get enough attention. No one really talks about him, but I like listening to him after games. I'm not going to lie, and he seems like he's got it under control when you watch him behind the bench too. Like, you like him, Turniggy, if I'm saying that right?
Yeah, Andre Turney. He's a boss, man. This guy is a boss. I love the French accent, and I love his history. Right, like he's done it all in his career. He's been a general manager. He's been a coach forever, but he's done it at younger levels too. So he knows how to handle these young kids. And you can't handle them like we used to back in the day. You can't Mike Keenan them. You can't Daryl Sutter them. You got to massage them in ways. And I love his saying. He goes, you know, there's the hockey player, and then there's the person. And you got to, you know, make it a difference. They're not the same, and you can't treat them the same. He's like, sometimes I don't like the hockey player Clayton Keller, you know, and I'll let him know. But it doesn't mean I don't love Clayton Keller, you know. But he's straight to the point. He's upfront and honest, which I think every player wants. And he's a player's coach. I mean, if me and you are playing, Cam, and we have it going. And sometimes we had it going, right? The puck would just follow you around. The hits were there. He would play you because he could feel it. And he'd be like, all right, let's get these guys out there. Go, go, go.
I like him.
He didn't care if you were a fourth. Yeah, exactly. Everyone likes him. And if you were playing, well, you were going to play that night. And that always brings out the best in all these guys. So that I'm excited as broadcasters and fans. And if the team moves, I mean, Ryan Smith is getting one heck of a group of people, humans, and players.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff, man.
It is good stuff, dude. So you think Florida and Dallas Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, you can't count out the Vancouver Canucks. Rick Tocchet, what he's done there, but I'm going to stick with Dallas and Florida.
Yeah,
can't wait.
I said that several weeks ago too. Although then
I think you did.
I
Andy.
did.
You've been
I did.
pretty
But
good
then
today.
I was like, Nashville when they win like 17 in a row or something. I'm like, damn. Like they kind of remind me of the Blues back in 2019, where they just couldn't lose in the second half of the year, and they just kind of, they've got like a legit number one defenseman. They've got star power up front and a goalie. Like, I don't know. That's kind of the ingredients you need to go far. I wouldn't mind at all to see this Nashville team go the distance.
You sneak by the first round too, right? And that changes everything. But you're right, to your point. You go in hot, like in the NFL, that bye week or whatever, that's the worst thing in the world that could happen to a team, right? Unless you're banged up and you're going to get some big names back, that I think that's crippling to a team, because when you're rolling, you want to ride that wave right into the playoffs.
I agree.
Could you play for Tortorella?
Oh yeah, I've talked to guys at length about Tortorella, and maybe they don't love him while they're playing for him, but when they look back on their career, they're like, that guy changed my life.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I wish I would have, had him, for more years. I wish I would have listened to him, But in the moment, I'm sure it's tough and it's difficult, but absolutely love the guy. The only thing I don't like about him, sometimes now that I'm in media, I don't like, the disrespect, to the media guys when he calls them out. In certain instances, some guys deserve to be called out for just being that stupid, but I think that you get nervous around him too, right? Because he's that big personality, and you're not sure what he's going to say. So when you're with the mic and you're asking questions, I mean, you're nervous, and that can play a part in asking a dumb question, right?
I know.
They've had a long year.
Hey, we've had a ton of players on here who played for him, and no one really says anything bad about him.
They like him.
We've had a couple. Andre Waugh maybe was interested, but he was interested. But there's been some. But for the most part, they all say good things. Man, he's just different than what you find in the NHL today with most of the younger coaches. So.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Anyway,
refreshing too.
It is refreshing at times.
Oh yeah,
it's good for us.
Hey, how's your son doing? Is he still playing and everything? Like, give us an update.
Yeah, he had an unreal year with the Oil Kings in Edmonton. He broke his hand early. He wasn't able to get to the Boston Bruins training camp. Broke his hand a couple days before camp. I was super proud of him. His hand didn't heal, so he just had surgery on it. So he'll be 100% in the next 3 weeks. So I'm excited about what the future holds for him. He's over a point a game this year. He's we'll see what goes on. Lots of options.
There you go.
Does he got your little?
I want to say one more thing.
Ahead.
Too. I'm going to get back on my soapbox. The NCAA. Are you kidding me right now? They gotta drop that garbage rule. I mean, kids shouldn't have to make a decision at 14, 15 years old to go play hockey in the CHL. The amount of money these NCAA kids are getting, billions and millions of dollars. My kid got enough money to fill up his gas tank, not even that in this economy and gas prices. And you take away his Division I eligibility because of that. They're playing with pros because he played alongside Connor Geeky, who signed an NHL contract. No, he's Connor Geeky's a pro. Those other kids are not pros, right? And I don't know. It's just the CHL needs to change. The NCAA needs to change. And if you want to build the best hockey player, can you imagine a kid that played in the CHL, rode a bus, fought, played with a visor, played all week long, 65 games or whatever it is. Now all of a sudden you put a bubble on. You only play on the weekends. And I mean, can you imagine that hockey player and that runway that you give those kids? I think it has to happen.
Well, I've gotten so into college hockey now that, because you have more and more players coming out of college that are like, instant impact players in the NHL. The talent level is incredible. But anything they could do to enhance or improve college hockey and have the best players and who knows, maybe make that the best amateur league in the world, you know, because right now the CHL, you can still say probably has more players coming out of those 3 leagues that are, you know, becoming NHL stars than college. But if you could put everyone in one league, man, and they're around the same age, I'm all for it, you know?
These kids make enough to fill their gas tanks. If they were paying them 50 grand or 75 grand to play in the CHL, I get it. But they're making the same money that I made 30 years ago. That's embarrassing in itself. You know, and I didn't know that these CHL teams, they get money for first round draft picks. I mean, the teams get money when they have a player off their roster get drafted to the NHL.
Yes, they do.
And I'm like, well, why doesn't the player get a part of that money? They're the ones who put in the work and did everything. I'm like, they get squat all, and then they lose their eligibility on top of it. And I can't believe, and I hope that the NHL really gets on board with this because of the money these NCAA kids are making, that they want the best players. Don't you want the best players? I mean, that would be the case if they went up through that path and that trajectory. We're allowed to play in the NCAA. That's when the NHL is getting the best players. There are kids that get slipped through the cracks in the draft. How do you draft a kid that's 17, 18 years old and know what you're actually going to get? I'd rather have an opportunity to see a kid that played in the CHL. Now he goes to ASU and plays in Arizona here in Division I, and he's 21, 22. Now you're really seeing what he's capable of. I didn't turn out to be what I was. The best I ever was at 24. That's when I hit my stride. Not 22. I was 24. That's how long it took me. So I would love to see all these kids get that opportunity.
I get that.
Wait, you think the college kids are making that much money right now? Because the NIL money hasn't really hit the college landscape like it has the the big time sports, the football and basketball, you know.
Well, I mean, again, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but these kids, I mean, you see it. I mean, what was that basketball player? He made $13 million last year.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
crazy.
Deion Sanders' son is making $5.5 million.
Shador.
These guys, they're making so much money, they don't want to turn pro. They're making so much money, they don't want to turn pro.
I know.
They're taking the extra COVID year.
Brock Purdy was making more in college than he did.
Hey, Connor Bedard, how much money was he making for Regina? And he's not getting paid, and when he's playing in the CHL, because they make a lot of money for those franchises too. Are you involved with Cam Loops or no?
No, I'm not. But I've been giving it to donor. I'm like, can you pay these kids, please?
Yeah, no shit.
Pay them a little bit. No poor kids. I mean,
I know.
Walking around their outfits, shopping at Randy River. I mean, they can't afford anything else.
Eating gas station food.
Hey, but once that NIL money really starts to hit the hockey player, I mean those Canadian kids are going to have to think about that. You know, hey, just go play Tier 2 for a year or two and then go make some money playing college. It's still a great path to the NHL, you know.
Right, but how sad is that you got to go play Tier 2? It's not the best league in the world.
I know.
The best development league in the world is the CHL. If every kid didn't have to make a decision. You're making a decision at 14 and 15 years old. What do you know?
I know.
I mean, you know nothing. Like, it's sad. It's got to change. It's ancient. So let's go.
There you go. Good stuff, Nash.
Man,
all the best to you and everybody out there in Arizona, man.
Keep in touch.
Thinking of you guys.
You're the man.
Yeah, thank you, boys. We appreciate the support.
Yep.
Thanks.
Right on, homie.
You got it, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Take care, Nasher. The Cam&Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman. BEHLMANN. Bellman Automotive. Located where?
Troy,
Missouri. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Right on the other side, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the winter. All right, that was Tyson Nash on the Cam&Strick Podcast.
although we
haven't done the interview yet.
Yeah, we just had to do the quote. We just had to get this out, guys. But we're just gonna be real with you. We just had to get this out because this was relevant.
We keep it real.
We have a couple guys in the bank, but we want a Nasher on right now because of all the shit going down in Arizona. And he's gonna have to move to Salt Lake. He's gonna lose his tan. So we haven't really talked to him yet. So that's why we just have to do the intro and close right now.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it next episode, or maybe we'll do like a little.
Oh, of course, man. We'll get more into it. Hope you enjoy all the games this week.
Yeah. A lot of good hockey
and
coming
next
up
week
here.
we'll be into the playoffs, dude.
Yeah, I'm
talking
excited
about the playoffs. So follow us on Instagram everywhere.
Yep.
All our social media accounts.
Twitter, we update like shit. Our Twitter man is going every 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's Cam's birthday today too.
My birthday today.
Oh, I brought you something for your birthday.
You did? Because I always get you things. You know what I mean? What is it? I bet you it's something that you found in your house.
No, we got a first form cake. So I'm just gonna make you a little.
That's god awful.
No, I'm gonna make you a little.
Although
cake.
those are pretty damn good.
Yeah, so I'll make you a cake. So we gotta. Oh, let me see how I'm gonna do this. So go ahead and keep talking, Cam.
Anyway, see, this is what I get. This is what I get. Look at how. I mean, I like those cakes. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
First form's really nice. Like, they got good shit.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This is for you.
Wow, Andy. See what a good partner you are.
This is
Look at that. Aw, thank you.
Hey, come get a picture of this, Matty boy.
Look how nice that is. Wow.
Look at that. So this is for Cam's birthday.
Thank you so much.
And what better cake would you want than a first form cake?
You're right. No doubt about it, man. Because it does taste like cake.
You can do so many different things with.
I'm spoiled.
Nice. You can do so many different things with a first form cake here, Cam.
They got good stuff, man. And it makes you horny, too, because it's got some protein in that bad boy.
Can you maybe
protein?
Hold this up, your cake.
Yeah.
You know, and there we go. We'll do one of these for you. So you get a cake. I mean, you can do so many different things for Cam for his birthday. So go ahead and make a wish and think about what you want to wish for and all that type of stuff. Oh, yeah.
There we go, baby.
Okay.
I just want to live a lovely life.
Oh, love the smell of the candle.
I want to live a lovely life. I don't want to live a long, long time, but I want to live long enough to where Kate and I can enjoy our presence and I don't die early. So she's just by herself. And that's to find somebody else.
Dude, you have
and
to
then when
make
we go to
it
heaven,
so depressing.
I'm just saying, when I go to heaven or purgatory for a little bit, and she's hanging out with her new husband, and I gotta be like, can I get Kate for a couple days this week? No, Cam, no. This is my week. Wouldn't that suck? So I can't die early.
Well, Salt Lake.
I can't die early.
Utah, they kind of have. You're allowed to have more than one wife, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever watch Sister Wives, that TV show? Oh, it's a great show.
No.
There's a guy on there. He's got multiple wives, Cam. Sometimes 4 or 5, maybe even 6.
It is funny though. Like, no, I can't live that life, dude. And
it's a real thing.
Yeah, but I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? And just like, I wouldn't want my girl to get into lesbian action. I don't want her to touch another beautiful woman.
Okay, because so where's that coming from?
Well, because there's so many people that I hear. Like, fuck, I just want my wife, man. I'd fucking pay anything to see my wife with another chick, man. Duh, duh. I'm like, you're fucking little dinky ass with your small penis. You're going to have your wife with that hot ass little girl.
Oh, my God.
You're lucky she's with you anyway, and now she's going to be touched by another beautiful woman. And you're going to be like, yeah, that's awesome.
People
and
like
then she's going to be like, I don't like you anymore.
People are into that. Yeah, they like that.
The girl's going to be like, I don't want to touch your disgusting ass body. I like this beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
She actually can listen to me.
I don't want anyone touching my
Hell no.
wife.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want my wife to get with another woman. Like, then they start hanging out all the time together.
Dude, if you ever came near my wife, dude, I would.
What? Jesus, you need to worry about me. I'm sorry, we go to the hockey rink. All the hockey guys come up and give her a hug. You worry about me. I don't do that shit. I don't step on toes.
I trust her. Did she?
I don't step on toes.
No.
No, I did when I was in juniors.
Did you?
Yeah. When I was young, we didn't care.
You can't
if you brought a girl in juniors, oh, fuck. She's like a piece of fucking meat and fucking
and everybody's just
Oh,
slobbering.
gee, yeah. Bring your girl over. Oh, your girl's in from Belleville? Bring her in.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out with the older guys.
Belleville.
It wasn't good.
Camistrick Podcast brought to you by First Form, firstform.com/Camistrick. Get that carrot cake bar, man. It's great for birthdays and everything. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Farty.
Does that count as a gift?
No.
No?
I actually gave you a real gift.
Did you for my birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Yeah, you did.
Christmas.
Okay, Christmas.
Yeah, never for my birthday.
Maybe it was Christmas. I don't know.
I don't even tell people when it's my birthday.
Here do I.
Sometimes. I don't like all the attention and stuff like that. I like celebrating other birthdays.
No, I gotta text everybody back.
Well, my wife always talks about how I'm always kind of in a bad mood sometimes on my birthday. I just don't like all the. I just like my kids' birthdays. I like my wife's birthday. I like Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Kate's birthday's in January too, so it's like Christmas and her birthday and Valentine's Day. Yeah. Kind of clogged up, you know.
Yeah.
April's kind of nice to have a birthday. But I'm 40. I got to get my shit together a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do. Just a couple little things.
Yeah, you just got to tighten things up.
I got to tighten a couple things up,
Yeah.
to be honest with everybody,
Yeah. Well, now it's
all good.
it's a reckoning now that you're 40.
I'm okay. I just got to tighten a couple things
Just
up.
tighten it up.
I will.
Yeah, it's no big deal, dude. Just tighten
It's
it
like
up.
tighten up your game. Get the fucking puck off the ball.
Yeah, just, you got to get pucks out, get pucks in.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing in the world, man. Like, you know how many drills I've done back in the day after practice, rimming the puck around, just making a play on the wall.
You just weren't very good at it, were you?
Well, it's good enough to play 10 years. Like, it is what it is. Like, I was pretty good. Like, after a while, sauce that motherfucker.
Okay.
If I wasn't good, I wasn't not playing.
No, you wouldn't play. Yeah. Illinois Recovery Center.
You know that, right? You watch hockey, don't you?
Yeah. 800-743-0971.
Yeah, baby. The real deal. Chrissy Pondoff, Eric Conley.
Hey, there's a bed waiting for you.
Just get it done.
Reach out to them.
Get it done. Get it done. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Bad things happen when you wait and wait and wait. Take care of your loved one or your friend. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. All y'all know. They're there to help you. Get it done.
Yeah. IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
IRC.
Cam at Bellman, you get no
swinging dicks. None of that bullshit.
You do get sushi and flavored water.
That's a lie. Andy tries to come up with things to be clever and funny.
It's true. It's true. They give you their service is second to none. The customer service is incredible.
100%.
They treat you like family.
Yep.
Buick GMC on one side of the street, on the other side, Cam. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get something fun for the summer.
Yeah.
Put the top down.
Here, baby.
Oh, more storms coming?
There's storms coming, but the summer's coming quick. Although it's gonna be a little chilly here in St.
Summer
Louis.
Bash is coming for first form.
For first form, yeah. I gotta get shit tanned up. Fuck. Last time
Cam and I
intimidated,
stuck out like a green thumb
like
last
idiots.
year.
We look like idiots. Well, Andy, really stuck out. Actually, he didn't stick out at all. You couldn't even see him. Everybody's too big, hovering over him like a cloud.
Oh my god!
I had pants. I just looked fucking dumb. I looked at everybody. I'm like, oh, I didn't wear the right thing.
No, you didn't.
Beautiful women everywhere. They're
I
all
don't think I did either.
hot.
I think I wore like a Mars t-shirt or something.
We look dumb. We look dumb. But no, everybody there is like, God, there's beautiful people everywhere. Jacked out of their minds. Girls were hot. Jesus, bodies on them.
Then
Jesus Christ. Like, I had to put my glasses on. Tight asses everywhere. Like, this fit. I'm like, just look straight.
Yeah. I know.
And you look dumb. Oh, God.
We'll look better this year.
We'll look better. We're all good.
It's like so hot. You have to wear like t-shirt.
Yeah. Swim trunks.
Basically. Summer smash, baby.
Yeah.
Illinois Recovery Center. Get there today. Obviously, Bellman and Bellman.com. And firstform.com.
First Form 2.
Hat launch, baby.
Hell yeah.
Say hi to Danny boy.
Danny, what's going on? Jordan, what's up, baby? You guys doing damn good work.
Hey, get the hat. Get it today. Hatlaunch.com. Get yourself a hat. America's #1 source for custom hats. You want to make a hat, man? Everybody needs a hat.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking for hats. Everybody's buying hats. Customize the hat the way that you want it to look. Every hat has a brand. Every hat has a story.
That's it, baby.
Every hat tells a story.
Yep. Yes, it does.
Go to hatlaunch.com. And they got T-shirts and everything, man. So
they got it all. They do it all. St. Louis people right there.
Hey, we thank Tyson Nash for joining us on this edition of the Chemistry Podcast. Hope everyone enjoys themselves. Happy birthday to Cam. Eat that cake, dude. Don't throw that away.
No,
I'll
eat that. I need something right now. I'm starving.
Yeah, you got to eat that. So anyway, hope all y'all have a great week.
Love you guys.
Enjoy
Love all y'all.
the final race to the playoffs. We'll break down the playoffs next week. And follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on all our Instagram and social media channels. We had a great response on YouTube last week, too. Yep. So good numbers, man. Appreciate all the support.
Love you guys.
See y'all.